They was fucking with me earlier. I don't know what happened. If y'all tap in, make sure I can hear you. Make sure you can hear me. Had to bring it close. Yes, get people in here. I know I told people at 12 o'clock, but I want to test the waters and see. I want to make sure I can hear it. You know what I mean? They said my volume was out. I don't understand. They said my volume was out. Something went wrong. Upload has been removed. Okay. You know what I mean? I follows the YouTube like regulations, buddy. I might can't pull this off, bro. You feel me? I just want to see, can you hear me? See, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. I'm in there. Can you hear me? I'm in there. I'm in it. I'm in it. Like, I look crazy, right? I look really crazy. I look really crazy right now. Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. Why YouTube got in there, man. But you know, we had like share this live, man. Real shit. You know, share this live, man. I had my stuff hooked up, so I'm a little discombobulated. So y'all just allow me to get myself back together and the honeycomb hideout and I'm stashed away and let me do what I need to do. You know what I mean? To do what I gotta do. Your desktop is almost full. You know what I mean? So let me get settled in. Yes, we back, bro. Listen. Yes. We back in the building with another podcast, blood. And this is motherfucking Raw Dope Podcast Vlog. I was live earlier, had all this shit fancy. But I guess they don't want me to be fancy. So I'm not going to be fancy. I don't like the way it looks. But hey, it looks the way it looks. So we not even going to be mad about the way it looks. We not. You know what I mean? We just going to thank YouTube then to you left my volume alone. You know, we say something about these dudes. You know what I mean? What it is. So what I got to say is, man, Diddy. You know, everybody know Diddy was locked up on Tuesday and then, you know, denied bail. Everybody know that Diddy went back. You know what I mean? Everybody know Diddy went back. Straight up and down. Everybody know that Diddy went back. Went back to court. They denied the bond. I said that in my live the day before. They was going to deny the bond. Now, if he might get out in a few months or something after they feel like they got shit in the chokehold, maybe so. But rightfully so, they wasn't going to let him go. And the reason why, when you get certain charges, they don't give you bail. But of course, they give Italians and white boys bail and stuff like that. But I knew he wasn't gonna get a bail because no matter how strict they say they was gonna have it and what he can't do, he can get his message out. You know what I mean? People could come talk to him and he could, you know what I mean, he could handle his business. So they don't want him out of jail. They want to control Diddy, every move. They want to hear who he talking to, who he comes in, and all that shit, bro. They going to wiretap his cell. They going to do all types of shit. He was already out, and they transported him there. They already fixed his cell up for him. The visitors, they going to make everything hot because they trying to get him to incriminate himself. A 14-page indictment is not big, but like I told people, the RICO is big. So the reason why I knew that Diddy wasn't going to get a bail because they don't want Diddy to be able to talk and be able to orchestrate nothing. They want to watch his moves. That's what they do. So now the people been saying my man name a lot, Jay-Z. I'm a big Jay-Z fan. People want all these people to go down. Now think about this. Ain't no one man bigger than that billion-dollar industry. They're not going to let one man take down that billion-dollar industry. So I believe deeply in my heart that Diddy not going to trial. If you paid attention with the attorney, he said, look, if you got to sit in there, we're going to appeal this and go through the process, but we're going to ask for a speedy trial. And we heard that with the Merlin Mosley thing. The people say, I want to go to trial right now. And you know, the feds do what they want to do. So if he's granted his speedy trial, which and I doubt it because they ain't going to have enough time to get it, you know, but Diddy lawyer fighting with it. You know what I mean? He don't waive his rights to a speedy trial. He want a speedy trial, but you know, when you get your papers and your lawyers get all your motions, shit be sticky. So I want dudes to pay attention to that. Like, just because the 14-page indictment out and all that shit, the witnesses count ain't probably been released, all this shit. You know what I mean? A lot of shit, a lot of people that's willing to testify ain't been revealed yet. So it's a process for all this. I say that to say that I fuck with Diddy, right? And I'm not the type of dude to just, you know what I mean? I'm not the type of dude to jump the gun on a motherfucker. Like I said, if he was doing some wild stuff, you know what I mean, you pay for it. But one thing that Boosie said that made sense to me, because I'm a person of logic. Boosie said that, you know, when you dating women and you a celebrity, you flying them out, you bringing them pieces. That's like one of the shit that broads get a pleasure out of, being flown out by a celebrity. Diddy ain't have no kids involved in this, which is, I thank God that ain't over there. But everybody that was hanging out with this man at their parties was hanging out for a reason, bro. And just like your kid or girl, yo, when you don't get your way, you know what I mean? When you don't get your way, bro, you throw a tantrum. So this is what this is. A bunch of people throwing tantrums at the man because they want what they want. You know what I mean? They look at it like the worstest thing he could do was settle in within 72 hours with Cassie. The worst thing he could do was let Young Miami talk about all the shit she was talking about on our show. So at the end of the day, people paying attention. I really believe, yo, that this whole Diddy thing unraveled with women. And Young Miami was talking that gangster shit, fucking with Diddy. You know what I mean? Cassie sitting over there blowing snot out our nose. Cassie picked up that motherfucking phone and told that nigga what it was. Yo, you letting this girl say this and that? You motherfuckers couldn't even talk. You ain't used to hear Diddy girls talking. Motherfucker couldn't even talk. Now you letting her talk. Bitch, if you know what I mean? If you don't send me this, I'ma say this. He sent the money. That we know that's how it went because he sent the money. He sent the money quick. Hold up. Wait a minute. You got that. Bing. 30 million in your account. That fast. So you know she had hard concrete evidence. But what made her come out in 2023? She didn't come out in 2020, 2019, any of that time because she wasn't fucking with her no more. So her bread and butter gone. So now she's saying, oh, you making another broad happy. What do broads do? What do people do? People are vindictive. So when you are vindictive, you go about things and say, hey, I'm going to call up and I'm going to report everything. She probably already dropped the dime on Diddy to the police department before he settled out the 30 million. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. That boy too motherfucking rich for the feds just to be investigating. And then they had to make the shit look juicy on the boy, Puff, because they put drugs and guns. What in the fuck is Diddy having a fucking drug and gun? He never been convicted of a felony, so he's got the right to have a gun. What's the reason for this? And then a rich motherfucker holding somebody with an AK-47 telling them they be not leave is crazy work to me. Sorry, y'all. If I don't believe that these people was forced to have sex. Hell no, bro. You go up in that big boy mansion, nigga dancing and hanging around. You want to... A nigga even said it, right? This crazy part. Nigga said, he told me I was going to get a record deal. So you had sex with a man because he told you he was going to have a record deal. You sucked the man off because he told you he was going to have a record deal. And then the man doesn't get the record, give you the record deal, and you do what a girl do. Yo, you let me fuck, I'm going to buy you a bag tomorrow. You don't buy the bag. She waited out 2-3 weeks and she say, man, she text your girl. I got pictures of your boyfriend in my house, this and that. She fucked your relationship up. That's what girls do. That's what these grown-ass men are feeling comfortable with getting on national TV, saying a man forced him to do something. You got one dude say, Young Miami cousin forced him to have oral sex, and he's a, you know what I mean? He's you know, he's a homosexual. He don't go that way. So she ran in the bathroom to give him some head, and he felt like that was the worst thing in the world. So he's having allegations. The dude got Cuba Gooding Jr. hugging him. I'm a man, bro. A man ain't putting his arms around me, playing with me like he's hollering at me like I'm a chick. So some of this stuff, yo, you got to be a man about it, bro. Some of this stuff, yo, you talking about Cuba Gooding Jr. touch you, bro. Yo, is you and the men touching you? If you and the men touching you, he tried to holler at you. Because word from Puff and the guys that you going. Just like a girl. If a girl there and you know, yo, nigga said, boy, she fucking for money or she fucking for free, you try your arm. That's where it looked to me in that picture. That's why I look. You been turning all cuffed up on a nigga, hollering at a nigga, man. What? Come on, bro. Some of these men are big enough to say, bro, I'm gone. Yo, you want to shoot me, Diddy. You want to shoot me and dig a hole and my people's going to not find me. Yo, what are you going to do? What are you going to stop a grown man or grown woman for leaving? Yo, them people saying that nasty shit and wanted to be a part of that nasty shit and thought something was going to come out of that nasty shit. And that nasty shit is just a fucking day in the life of that what that man do, bro. The man being charged for being a freak. The man being charged for going both ways. They passing all these laws. The man is go both ways, and that's what allegedly he likes to party, likes to do. What do you do when you party? Somebody tell me. Yeah, right. But somebody tell me if a man, if let me ask y'all this question because black people always switching up. Let me ask you if you had a party, right, and there's 17 chicks in there and 12 dudes in there, and this party goes on, you know, after 12 o'clock, after 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock when everybody leave, it narrows down. It's 7 guys and 5 women, or 7 women and 5 guys. It narrows down. 2 o'clock. Come on, be 100, man. 2 o'clock, man, you hanging out, man. You know what's up. You curious, bro. I ain't never hang out late night unless I'm into that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, y'all niggas pulling these allegations on a man. I'm saying the man did some nasty shit before in his life, but I just don't think you should go to jail for going both ways. All these people saying they was hot. That shit he did to Cassie was wrong. And dudes got to stop acting like they ain't getting fights with their girls. That's my problem. Dudes, you know what I mean, getting fights with their girls and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They get in fights with their girls, yo, every fucking day, bro. You see your mother and your father fight. So, all right, yo, they caught that shit on the hotel camera. I'm not saying it's right. It's wrong. A lot of shit we do every day. Miss, sir, look at yourself. It's a lot of shit you do wrong every fucking day. It's a lot of fucked up shit you did. If it got caught on camera, you'd be a scumbag. But it didn't. Got caught on camera, bro. You know what I mean? You know, in a domestic dispute with a chick that was younger. And never mind that they say she was playing with the black women. Black people ain't gonna say nothing about that. That Cassie, when she was messing with Diddy, was disrespecting Kim Porter, the mother of all his kids. Playing games, and you know how that goes. Older dude messing with a younger girl. She definitely disrespecting the woman that he had his kids by. That's just politics. Let's talk to me. So this is what I'm saying. Stop acting like these celebrities are not human, or stop acting like y'all just with the people and just acting like the man just went crazy. I made videos on it. Like I said, yo, if you pull a gun out on somebody and making somebody have sex with you, bro, you wrong, bro. You wrong. If you taking people who cross state lines without their will, you wrong. But in this case, in a lot of these cases, I don't think that's the case. Hands down, I don't think that's the case, bro. All these boys ain't forcing people. What? I'm a billionaire. Ciroc, Sean Duran, I could get you. I could do anything in the world I want. Why would I pressure you into doing something you don't want to do? That's a goddamn lie. Some of that shit a goddamn lie on that man. Some of that shit a goddamn lie. I ain't even gonna lie, yo. Some of that shit is a goddamn lie, bro. Some of that shit is just a true lie, bro. That's a true lie, yo, on that man Diddy, bro. Some of them chicks is lying, bro. When motherfuckers don't have their way, bro, they tend to do things, bro. They tend to do vindictive shit. You get what I'm saying? They tend to do. That's why that dude that won that $100 million lawsuit that's in jail in Milwaukee is on hold. Because niggas, some of you niggas lying, bro. Some of you niggas lie, bro. He knew what he was did to Cassie. He knew he put Cassie through some shit, and then the nigga gave her the money, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. She was his girl. He gave her the money, yo. J-Lo wasn't running around saying that. They saying he was fighting on his wife, Kim Porter, and stuff like that. Man, that shit happens, bro. You know, people's thinking too deep, but them other couples, them Jewish couples, Spanish couples, white couples, motherfuckers don't say all that. Boy, Jeffrey Epstein in court with a new charge. They ain't gonna big up that. You get what I'm saying? Look at Orlando Brown. He running around. God knows what happened to him. You get what I'm saying? Come on, yo. It's weird, bro. It's weird as fuck. Like, yo, come on, bro. It's one thing. Like the African Babada thing. They say he was doing this shit to kids. These motherfuckers are saying Diddy did the shit is well over 21. And then some of these motherfuckers is like, you what, Puff? One dude say, he told me if I have sex and do this and that, he'll make sure I'm a Grammy-winning artist. That's a finesse. I'm sorry that you was born a man, bro, and the man finesse you into giving him some head, bro. Like, that's bananas. That's bananas, cuz. That's bananas, cuz. That's bananas, cuz. That's bananas, cuz. Nigga finesse you and to give him some head and bending you over for a record deal, my nigga. You sacrifice your manhood playing with a man that go both ways. Now you trying to sue him. If you'd have got the Grammy, you wouldn't have sued. But you got that, one of them 100 Vaselines he got in there. One of them 100 jars of baby oil he got. You know what I'm saying? You got that, you got there, you got finesse, bro. You got finesse, you got trick, bro. You got trick. So I'm saying, doing all the lawsuits and saying, yo, the picture with Cuba Gooding Jr. on it with the producer, right? Is crazy work to me, bro. I'm saying, the man is saying he's gay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's your cup of tea, I mean, y'all know what's wrong with it. It's in the Bible and the Quran. But if that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. That's, you know what I mean? Mind my business and pray for you. But what I'm saying is, Cuba Gooding Jr. is in your face. You say, a man, y'all, a man, a human being, says that he passed me off to a Cuba Gooding Jr. Man, that sound bananas. And you're grown. You up age. You know what I'm saying? You can carry a knife, mace, a ratchet. I'm quite sure you ain't got no felonies. So you say you uncomfortable. So anyway, you like men. And a dude is pressing up on you like you press up on a woman. What's wrong with that, man? Come on, bro. What's wrong with that? That's you gay. So you like men. So this rich man is pressing up on you. And you say, Puffy, pass me off. Nigga sexually assault. How the fuck a nigga sexually assault you? You still a man. Come on, bro. Some of these charges got to be dropped. Some of these people cannot be allowed on the stand to be credible witnesses, bro. I'm saying, and then he got the tapes. They saying they got the tapes. So if y'all got the tapes, y'all telling me on the tapes that you seeing people being treated some type of way. You know what I mean? Some people, you mean to tell me with this motherfucking man, yo, if these people on tape doing this, where's the crime at? Because you got to show me on tape when I'm putting a gun in his head and say, you better do this. You can't show me on a tape the man dropping down and getting his eagle on and having a good time. Whatever his good time is, he's having this good time. You can't tell me that, bro. You can't convince me that. The girl Cassie, what she went through was fucked up. Some of them other girls in them girl groups might experience some fucked up shit because they are women. But did you experience this fucked up shit because you were somewhere trying to handle your business being great and this man pressed up on you, pushed yourself on you, you did this? Or the boy told you, hey, having a party at my crib, you know, everybody leaving, man. Won't you come upstairs and hang out, daddy? You know what I mean? Come on upstairs and hang out. I know you want to see the rest of the house. I know you want to see the rest of the house, daddy. Oh, you go hang out. You go see the rest of the house. You get comfortable. You know what it's called. You know, take your stuff off and relax. You relax. You think you hitting gold. You know what I mean? You think you hitting gold. Exactly. He was with it. You think you hitting gold. Oh, my God. Just one guy that like guys think Diddy's going to love him. One girl to think Diddy's going to love him. Boy, you know the thing. Man or woman, you bust that nut, bro. You forget all about what you had to do to get it. So Puff's a criminal because he bust his nut and he don't care about you no more. Niggas busting nuts and niggas' mothers, grandmothers, and leave him alone. Your grandfather was a dirty dog. But you ain't, you know, sent him to court to be charged. Your grandfather cheated on your grandmother. That's why you got 6, 7 other uncles. What the fuck? Like, come on, bro. Grandma stayed. Grandma ain't say she was forced and had a gun on her. Talk to me. Grandma ain't say, oh, you had a gun on you and this and this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know what is going on, bro. Like, come on. Then everybody saying, Jay-Z, Jay-Z, Jay-Z. Hey, yo, check this out. Diddy and Jay-Z is two different dudes, bro. You got a guy that went to college, that been in the music, you got a nigga that sold dope and coke and duck Ricos and indictments, right? Duck Ricos and indictments. A cold-blooded man. You think Jay-Z caught up in that shit? Black people are sick. Everybody keeps saying, your man Jay next, your man Jay next. Hell no. I hate to say this, bro, but for somebody be next, that boy Diddy be gone. And case be over. This is bigger than us. This is bigger than this case. This is why I'm telling people who have common sense that Diddy is not going to trial. That's one thing ain't gonna happen. Because when you go to trial, all them tapes and all y'all evidence gotta be exposed, and y'all gonna expose some people that can't be exposed. So that's no way. Because just say for instance, they saying it's fucked up how they saying it's fucked up. And look at Diddy guest list. Clyde Davis. You know what I mean? Because they don't say names like that in the public. Leo Cohen. They don't say games like that in the public. Them corporate niggas that you don't know their name that made that Ciroc. So before you just throw the culture under the belt, imagine everybody say it's Clyde. He say he learned it from Clyde. You know what I'm saying? See, I watch a lot of this shit and do research. Say he learned it from his friend Clyde Davis, how this worked. You know what I mean? He said Clyde and them did it to him and he just started doing it. You know, that's one of these, conspiracy theories said they taught him and he just followed the rules. They said them boys been taught him. They ain't gonna play them games with Rick Rubin, Jimmy Iovine, Clyde Davis. You ain't gonna play them games with them heavy hitters who been doing it. Who been doing it, who really doing it fucked up. Said this is what it is and this ain't what it ain't. Or get the fuck out of my office. Yeah. You don't got them up there. Yeah, bro. You people, nobody said, yo, take up for the bag. And again, if you say Diddy wasn't paying niggas they money, he wasn't. If you say Diddy getting over on his artists, that may be true. But to say that the man sex trafficking is crazy work. Because I'm just thinking, like Wu said, like, man, shit, you a rich nigga. And you want some company. A girl ain't tagging along with you. If you like something special, they getting flew out or flew in. The girls are bragging about that. Getting flew out and flew in. So now, you getting flew out and flew in and getting cracked by me and the homies or Diddy and the homies. It's a problem. It's a problem. Shorty, you got the big Birkin, $25,000, man, for all this work you took tonight. You get what I'm saying? Man, you can't go back to court and talk this old crazy stuff. Like, nah, man. That girl Cassie had a case. Everybody don't got a case. That's my point. So they denied the man bail because they know, listen, bro. I don't understand how the bad man denied bail. He gonna put up $50 million and have all these security gates. I just don't think that he's a danger. Now they saying a man who ain't killed nobody. I'm talking about the people with the sex. Nobody got black eyes. Nobody got evidence of just being brutalized. But y'all holding me without a fucking bail? Maybe because it's the RICO charge. The RICO charge maybe carry no bail. 14-page indictment. Unsealed. You know what I mean? More cold conspirators that haven't been charged. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of motherfuckers that ain't going to be charged in this shit because they seen them getting their ego on. Louis B. Mad documentary will put things in perspective. Diddy gonna beat the case. He gonna be fighting this case free for 20 years. They just want some of his hangover, something to hang over his head. True, I could believe that because he's in a dirty game. He's in a dirty game. But back to what I was saying, he's got denied bail because of the simple fact of the matter. They want to control it. You know what I'm saying? And people always want to show you, especially a black man, that I got more power than you. You got big out a ticket, bro. You could get the COs and they gonna treat them off. But I don't believe that too. I'm gonna tell you all this. The feds is nasty, but that money in COs is different. I promise you that. So why they put Al Chopper where they put him at. That money in correctional officers are human beings and are on a fixed income. You know what I mean? Make 60, 70. Some of them might be getting 100,000 a year. But man, they run across some niggas that got that in their account. You understand what I'm saying? So I get, you know what I mean? So it's not putting them in behind bars and then they gonna send their money. If he's just probably not smart. I just don't think Diddy's that smart on the tip because you wouldn't have kept tapes. Like keeping tapes for leverage and keeping them in your house where you stay at is just so not street. It's just so not street. For real, let's just be honest, it's just so not Harlem. Ain't no motherfucking way I'm gonna have a bunch of dirty tapes in my house, bro. That's the last thing that's gonna be in my house, bro. Like, come on, the evidence. Come on, y'all. The evidence in the house, I want to look at the evidence every day and just think I'm just that untouchable. That ain't street, that's stupid. And that's why he got knocked off. You know what I mean? That's why he got knocked off. So the arrogance got him knocked off. You take me this shit, never thinking. That's that thing that people laugh and make fun of people from the ghetto. But when you really from the ghetto and born and raised in the ghetto and step off the porch and slip on that ice in the ghetto, it's just certain things you ain't gonna do, whether you got $1 or $1 billion. It's just certain things you not gonna do. And one thing, if you got tapes on your chick or this chick or got stuff for that, boy, that shit in granny house somewhere. That shit somewhere motherfucker don't know. That shit is somewhere where you ain't gonna get it on me. And I guess that's just a street or a hustler mentality. You not knocking me off with the evidence. That's stupid. That's just like having the murder weapon under my pillow. That don't make no sense. Regardless if I got caught for it or not. Why would I have it? That don't make sense. So he's not smart at all. You know what I mean? He definitely not smart at all, bro. The boy Diddy, them boys be as rich as they be, but they not smart. Jeffrey, they not smart. You expect the white boys and shit to do shit like that. But you're a black dude from Harlem, and you got the evidence in your house. That's stupid as a motherfucker. Even you think that, or you just so cocky and arrogant that you think that these people not gonna tell on you, or they could never lock you up. And something that people say, it's a lot of these, conspiracy theories and guys that do their research. It's something that makes sense. Maybe he felt as though he had people in power that I got these niggas on tape and ain't maybe nothing they could do to me. But even with that said, I'm saying if this nigga a power and he switch up on me, I need these tapes to be somewhere where if they ever watching me, they can't get it. You get what I'm saying? I need a motherfucking dummy, just like you getting a bunch of money. Then you say, yo, I'm hustling, and if somebody could potentially run in my house, I got $1 million I'm sitting on. I'm going to keep 70, 80,000 in the house in case something come up and somebody try to grab me. That's just streets 101. I'm not going to have it if I say I got Clyde Davis or whoever. I'm just saying this is not me, but this is just my analogy. So I say to myself, oh, man, if I got this or I got that going on, I'm going to put this up. How your grandmother tell you hide stuff from yourself? Ain't no way you running into my house and getting no laptop and no cell phones and shit with none of that shit on there. You goofy. Them people with power found the loophole and got him, bro, because they knew that he was keeping that shit in their house after they told him to get rid of the tapes. Nigga probably been telling him for years, yo, get rid of them tapes, bro. That shit's stupid. And he didn't. But what I'm saying is he's not going to go to trial because it's too much that he can expose. And he's not a criminal. Diddy is not a criminal. Diddy is not abide by the street law. There's nothing street about Diddy. He's a millionaire dude to come out of the streets of Harlem, but he was never a Harlem street guy. You get what I'm saying? Once he got up, you get a homeboy from the hood to get up. They in the sniffing coke, so he might know the nigga. He could go get a joint of coke or send you get a joint. But he's not a street guy, so he didn't live day in and day out in the streets and understand the hustle and learn certain shit. Or if he did, them tapes wouldn't have been in his house. Them tapes wouldn't have been in his house. I knew good and goddamn well they weren't gonna give him no bail. Because at the end of the day, man, them white people and them judges and shit like to show you they in power. They don't make what you make. They didn't have a talent or believed in their talent what made them a billionaire, bro. That's just what I'm trying to tell you. They ain't believe in their talent, which made them a billionaire. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold you to no level of it. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I just feel like Diddy is going to sit in jail. They're not going to let Diddy out on bail. And if they do let him out on bail, God is good. But he's going to have to sit in a cell. He's going to become very religious. He might even come out and just practice Islam. You know what I mean? Like, I know people probably busting out laughing right now, but, sitting on protective custody, and God surrounding you every day, and people smiling in your motherfucking face, is a dangerous place to be as a rich guy. And then the warden said of the jail is a badge of honor for an inmate to kill him. That's because the motherfucking New York jail's crazy. If that man was locked up in Baltimore or Maryland, ain't nobody gonna kill him. That's still big money Diddy. I'm saying when you go to jail, you with the bottom feeders. You with dudes that come from the bottom. That man ain't got no motherfucking pedophile charge. That man ain't got no motherfucking rape charge. That man got a regular charge of getting some pussy. That's like a pimp going to jail. Niggas ain't gonna carry him. That's big money Diddy. If anything, niggas gonna be protecting them where I'm from. I'm just keeping it 100. Everybody gonna say, oh, we'll kill him in our city. No, where I'm from, niggas, he gonna be cool because niggas don't got nothing to do with that shit. That if one of them girls, peoples in there, that you got a 40 nigga that feel like they want to press up order and lead order because of that, yeah, you got that. But in Baltimore, you got too many niggas that say, fuck that, leave him alone. So that bag niggas gonna fuck with. Diddy fucked up when he paid Cassie. That's actually what I said earlier. Yeah, I said that. I think I took it down because of Los. But in one of my first videos, I said that. I was talking to a girl from Ohio. And she broke it down. She like, yo, that's what he let for what? He let Carisha talk too much. And the people that he did little shit to was sitting on the side looking like, what the fuck? You feel what I'm saying? And then Cassie come out with it, make the phone call, and put the little shit out there. He pays her the money. At the end of the day, that's the king of the throne showing that he's weak. And after that, everybody came with it. Everybody came with it. Even the police department. Everybody came with it. And like I said, that tape looks disgusting with him fighting in a hotel room. I don't know if she spit on him. I don't know what she did in that hotel room. But when he got outside that hotel room and did all that, that fucked up his image really, really bad. If they didn't have that tape, I don't think they would have a case. But however, that tape was hidden for years. And they say he paid the people at the hotel. So that's what I mean. The hotel people were smart. They got the $50,000 from Diddy. I don't know how much money it is. I could be wrong. But they got the money from him. And when they got the money from him, they saying that, you know, oh, I ain't going to worry about it. And then the tape reappeared years later. That's what I mean. So they kept a security blanket. Now the tape, now the older the tape, probably it's worth so much now that he booked. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at it like this, bro. And people got mad at me when I said this. If you was fucking with Diddy, this is a message to anybody that can see this. If you was fucking with Diddy and that was your man and y'all was eating together, tricking off together and partying, you don't have the right to turn your back on them. You don't have your right to be with none of that shit they talking because you knew what was up. And the few men that fuck with them that choose not to come out and play no motherfucking games is the niggas that's keeping it a honcho. You get what I'm saying? Media gonna do what media gonna do because that's what we do. We talk about hot trending topics. Don't be put on the blocking board. That's why my shit say no fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. So Diddy is on the internet with an internet frenzy. So I got the right to my opinion. The rest of these vloggers, the rest of these podcasters, the rest of these radio stations have the right to their opinion. Now, I mean, we wasn't there. None of us was there. Only the people that was there know what's going on. And he know if he was fucked up or he was just having a good time and people fucking him over. He know if it's about the Ciroc shit. He know if it's about the Cassie shit. All we know is what they put in the public eye, bro. But like I said, that man, God, and the people that was involved know what was going on. That's a fact. That's a fact, though, right there. Only them know what's going on. They know if he was doing some fucked up shit or they know if they doing some fucked up shit to him. I believe in the mix of it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It may be some, you know, he beat the girl up. That was some fucked up shit. So that lets you know that, you know, domestic violence don't just happen once in relationships. Let's just be 100. Domestic violence and tussling don't just happen one time. So we know that's something that was going on. It's police calls, it's text messages, it's crazy shit. Relationships get crazy. Are you supposed to be judged in the public eye? No. For years and years and years and years, everything that happens in the house wasn't brought to the public. But now we are in the age of the internet. And what he did was he had money, so he been playing with camcorders before niggas and people even knew what camcorders is. He kept a history book of negativity. He kept a history book of fun. He kept a history book of people personal business. So it might just really be bigger than what we think. So by him keeping a history book and people knowing he keeping a history book, shit gets sour. He kept the evidence against himself. Because if it wasn't no tapes and if he controlled himself in these hotel rooms and kept what he was going on in his personal life, you're a public figure, bro. You got a lot of money, bro. You can't be with a woman and then show off with another woman, making another woman jealous, especially young women. So it's a whole bunch of shit that I feel like he was doing wrong. But he's a grown man. He's way older than me. You get what I'm saying? So, and he been in this business for a long time, and he just watched the death of R. Kelly. Any of those dudes that's in that business, when they seen what happened to R. Kelly, it should let you know that you're not untouchable. Because if you remember that R. Kelly, interview with Gayle King, that boy looked at the camera and said, "Why y'all doing this to me?" It wasn't, and I know goddamn well he wasn't talking to Gayle King. They put that on camera. "Why y'all doing this to me, man? I gave you my whole life." They took everything from R. Kelly, even before the sex shit was in. He was illiterate or whatever, and he was losing a lot of shit, but the nigga just kept making great music till his shit ran out. You get what I'm saying? His time ran out. Whoever ain't like him, it just ran out. And he ran out not nowhere near as rich as Diddy. You get what I'm saying? We watching these people being crucified, bruh, sis. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not trying to get religious on my podcast, but I am Muslim, and I grew up in the church. With my grandmother, like most of us people that come from, the top of the South, or come from anywhere, grandma and them, no church, or some of us just people knew Islam. But just knowing the church, they say one thing I believe in the Bible and the Quran, the end of time. Kings shall fall from the throne. Men gonna be looking like women. Women gonna be looking like men. Kids gonna be turning against their mother. It's the test of time, bro. It's really happening. If you never been religious, you ain't gotta be so religious, but that part in them books coexists with today's society. You know what I'm saying? So if that man doing shit, bro, if that man doing stuff, bro, you get what I'm saying? God don't like ugly. You know what I mean? What's in the dark come to the light. But partying can be confused, bro. Having a good time can be confused, bro, when you playing with money. If he was just a regular Joe from the hood doing that, fornicating with men, messing around with women, if he was just known as the party house in the hood, he wouldn't be in jail. Because they'd be like, "Man, all types of shit happen in that house, man. Don't go in that house, boy. That boy Diddy crazy, boy. He keep them broads up in there. Boy, you want smoke for free? Go up to Diddy house, boy. You better watch out, boy." They said, "Boy, get drunk and be walking around naked." That would have been a lingo in the ghetto. It wouldn't have been service. But when you a big, powerful person and you have MONEY, and you got masters, and you got royalties, and you've been the head of black music, and you're not keeping your jacket clean, people smile in your face and make you think that certain shit is cool, but none of them big wigs get knocked off. None of them. Jimmy Iovine, Clyde Davis, Leo Combs. Them dudes, man, I ain't saying them men into nothing, but I'm just saying you don't really hear nothing about them men. But you heard rumors because if you watch, like I said, if you watch YouTube put out these crazy conspiracy theories. So it's not nothing I'm making up. It's just some shit that be online. You can digest it and think what you want to think. But I'm just saying, bro, we at a time, bro, like back then when slavery was out, they crucified a strong black man in front of the public eyes to break the rest. That's what they've been doing, bro. We see these niggas getting crucified. Back in the day, you heard about drug dealers and killers getting knocked off. Now they going to the top, knocking dudes off, man. Donald Trump, a billionaire, realtor, he done got charged and running for president. This world is wicked. Young Thug whole case is a tribute. Like, bro, this is wicked. First, I just tell y'all, I'm gonna just break down the game. This is how our community been rocked in the last 36 months. We had the YNW Melly case, right? That was a big thing. Murder on my mind. He killed his friends. It was a big thing. And next thing you know, it vanished. Then New York arrested rapper Casanova. It vanished. Tekashi 6ix9ine released from prison. It vanished. They not like us. It vanished. Diddy. It vanished. Now Diddy came back. All this shit that happened in 36 months. Take off. Murdered. Yeah, pay attention. Everything that's got us punch drunk in this game, bro. Every day you wake up. King Von, and then Little Dirt, and then Quando Rondo. All this shit just had a community punch drunk. We punch drunk. We don't know what to watch. We don't know. We can't even get into football season. God damn it. YouTube is more popular than sports. Because you got to click on to see what's going on. Like, God, bro. We wanted that social media, bro. We started making millions of dollars in the culture off social media, and they just start saying, oh, y'all making some money off of this shit. Y'all popping like this shit. Now, y'all got phones. Y'all got the new 16s. We making phones easy to get. So everybody got a phone now. Man, let's crucify these son of bitches on the phone so everybody can see it. You can't miss it. You can't miss that Diddy been charged. You can't miss it, bro. You couldn't miss the King Von got killed. You couldn't miss it. Know what I mean? You couldn't miss the takeoff. You can't miss the wind. You can't miss what Woody doing and what Thug going. You can't miss it. You can't miss what's going on. And it's us first. Now, man, we the biggest thing on TV. The biggest thing in rap. The biggest thing in country. We the biggest thing in every fucking thing in the world. And we the biggest humiliated people on the goddamn internet. They saying that they going for the music moguls. That's his neck. Oh, y'all thought y'all big guys got away with it. So it was a gift and a curse. If Diddy was doing this fucked up shit, bro, you killed this as a culture. If he didn't, if this shit was just consensual or whatever it is, we killed as a culture. We just look bad as a culture. Our people, just how it looks, Mr. Bad Boy. I'm talking about, you talking about Biggie. That's just one name that you can't forget. Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige, Jodeci. Goddamn French Montana, goddamn Loon, goddamn the Locks. You talking about a man, the name was on so much shit in his music for him to get his Grammys, took it from him. Get everything that he was awarded, took it from him. You get what I'm saying? And another way, just to let you know, at 50, I think 54, 58, I don't know, 54, 55 years old, just to let you know the man even hit 60, you won't retire with a legacy of respect. Bill Cosby, just look at how great people, you won't die a living legend in peace. But they make a whole Netflix joint about Jeffrey Dahmer. And people think it's cool dressing their fucking kids up to be Jeffrey Dahmer on Halloween. Now they gonna say, oh, pump anything the man named shit drop, boom. So residuals with people that come in, people lost jobs, bro. People fucked up. You know what I mean? Man, kids gotta see their father humiliated on public TV. And then some people will say, well, the man was humiliating people, the man was doing this and the man was doing that. Yes. Yes. But was he doing it out of fun and drugs and what he would do and what everybody else doing? That's what I'm saying, bro. Everybody else doing it and then he get caught up for it. Man, I ain't saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying some people know what's going on, bro. And I just grew up in an era and at a time, or better yet, around people. Just say, man, just be accountable for your own actions. You know, don't get the point in the finger when, the gavel come down or, when things come down and go sour, bro. You was enjoying the fruits of the labor. You was enjoying the party. You was enjoying the passion. You was enjoying the orgasm. You was busting these nuts. You was having these parties. You was kicking it with this man. You was doing this shit. Now the shit get hot and you want to switch up. It's wrong. This is Cat Williams is absolutely right. That's why he stayed independent and moved the way he moved. You know what I mean? Everybody tell you that to get into that top door is weird as fuck. You know what I mean? But like I said, how many friends would he have? So, that's just it, man. Like I said, my summary of it, Diddy didn't get no bail because they don't want to allow him on the streets and orchestrate a better fight. Behind the door, they could watch his movement. They can wiretap him. They can listen to everything. They got him faded. You get what I'm saying? And then, just unfortunately, no matter if you don't got a criminal background or if you do got a criminal background, in the United States of America, if you commit a certain crime and how they feel, they not going to let you out of jail. That's just what and they got all these little things they call the law they written up that keep you behind bars. You know what I mean? Like, where's Puff Daddy really going? You get what I'm saying? Where's Puff Daddy really doing? The federal government got the power to watch him. You know what I mean? He's willing to put up $50 million, so it's not about the money. You get what I'm saying? It's a control thing, bro. So for any women that's watching it, that's what you call control. What the U.S. government do to black people. That's what you call control. That's control. It is the biggest power that you can be. That's control. That's control. You know what I mean, boy? We don't care about your 50 million. We don't care about none of that. We just want you to sit in this cell what holds us no value. We get money off you, but it holds us no value. You get what I'm saying? We're going to take our time. And he's projected to go to court in 2026. Like, God, I was just thinking about, like, damn, Big Diddy just sitting in a slammer. I've been locked up before, so I've been in cages and getting in jail buses, and I just can't see a nigga to keep his nails done going through that. Like, bro, you got too much money and just too old for that. But, it is what it is in the world. So, everybody know the YGGG, the YGG Tay case. You know what I mean? And, another one of the co-defendants was sentenced to 45 years in federal prison. The guy, I can't think of his name, but one you can look it up. The guy, I think his name Mishon. They call him Mishon on the streets. He was like, I think the last one in that case to be sentenced to 45 years in prison. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's a YGG Take co-defendant, and the judge just smashed him. And all I can say is, kids, don't try this at home. That Billy Badass stuff, even with him being on the lowest level, him and Puff is in the same situation. The guy out of court, 45 years in, federal prison for murder and all that shit, being a part of BGF or whatever. He caught 45 years in prison, and Diddy is in a situation that he could get a bunch of time and be around them same type of dudes. You know what I mean? So kids, don't try that at home. Somebody that been in and out of prison all their whole life and you never been to prison in your life, they're going to send you to that same facility if you got that same amount of time as that person, which was going to be totally fucked up. Nah, man, yeah, dry snitching on beats ain't the word. They dry snitching with no condoms on. That boy had the Vaseline, 100 cases of it. You know what I mean? He had 100 cases of that stuff, man. Just having all that stuff overall, man, it's just sad, man. I just want to say, man, like I said again, Baltimore man convicted in a murder for hire around the city and got 45 years. YGG Tay co-defendant. And Diddy denied bail for the simple fact of the matter, that's just how they do black men. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm not saying that Diddy guilty. I'm not saying Diddy innocent. Do I believe that Diddy was engaging in some wild shit? I do. But I believe that it was consensual. And then when people didn't get what they want out the deal, they making it seem like a big thing. And when you got certain people looking at tapes and trying to make up a case, everything look ignorant and nasty, but they not going to say, that's up to your lawyer to say these people are enjoying themselves. But the reason why I think it's not going to go to trial because it's exposing a lot of people that's just not going to be exposed. It's just not going to be exposed. The federal government, nobody's above the federal government, but you got some people with a good pay rate that can make the federal government turn the other cheek. That's just what I believe. You know what I'm saying? I just know some people just say, hey, you know what I mean? That's just how it goes. That's just life. You know what I mean? So, but Diddy's the head of his RICO. You know what I'm saying? He's the head of the indictment. So everybody else is 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 21, 22. And people going to be mentioned is not going to be charged. And later on, maybe more charges come. But don't be praying for your people to be charged. Don't pray for the last man. You know what I'm saying? that we got standing out of that old school crew. I mean, you know, they played with Dr. Dre. They played with Jay Prince. You get what I'm saying? They put Suge Knight in jail. All those big music executives that we known from the 90s that was making the legacy and still popping, they did something to them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Puff and like Hovey, you know what I'm saying? They been standing strong. They been standing strong. You know what I mean? They been standing strong, but Suge Knight, Jay Prince, Dr. Dre with his girl and all that, you know, those out, they did everything, bro. To our big dogs, bro. So what I'm saying is, don't just be quick to, you know, down the man or whatever. And like I said, everybody got their own opinion. But bro, come on. Some things you just can't, you know what I mean? I can't believe it's not butter. You know what I mean? I can't believe it's not butter. I just don't see nobody being held beyond their will. And groupies are a real thing. Groupies are a real thing. You know, you have groupies that'll do anything. Hov been walking with the billionaires. Yeah, yo. They will have to come better than sex allegations against Jay-Z. They will bring up old, and then like Jay-Z, statute of limitation. Diddy and them doing that shit that you ain't got no statute of limitation. You know what I mean? I don't think Jay-Z is like in the public eye like Diddy. You know what I mean? He's just as big as Diddy, but I don't think he's in the public eye like Diddy. If you know what I mean by that, like Hov not dancing around on stages and into everything, and you know what I'm saying? Instagram, he's not an Instagram guy. He didn't fall victim to that. You get what I'm saying? He's not Brother Love. You get what I'm saying? He's not really Brother Love. You know what I'm saying? You don't really hear about big Rockefeller crazy parties. Like Diddy throwing massive parties. That was his name. He's a party guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got Hova, you know what I'm saying, just putting coke up his nose. I just don't got Jay-Z doing a lot of shit. Now, I'm not telling you that the industry doesn't have things on the man, but I just don't believe the allegations that most of us will be expecting of Jay-Z is not going to be the allegations of Jay-Z. You get what I'm saying? That's just honestly speaking. That's just me telling you the cold-blooded, honest truth. I don't believe that some of the charges that a lot of our great moguls oppose is that, you know, and they say, oh, Beyonce was getting her paperwork together and all this. If Beyonce's getting her paperwork together to divorce her husband, I'm not telling you that's true. I'm not telling you that's false. I don't know. But if she is doing that, that's some shit that they got going on personal. Doesn't have nothing to do with a Puff situation or anybody else situation. That's something that she's not happy at home and they're having problems. That don't have nothing to do with the current events. People got to stop that. You get what I'm saying? I just don't believe if they pull a move on that black man, I just don't believe it's going to be that move. You know, R. Kelly and, you know what I'm saying, those dudes, they like to engage in certain things, and those certain things, I feel like they find what you like and could turn it into, you know, your worstest things. And one thing that I know, if you a sex addict and a person that like that type shit, you know what I'm saying, that could become a serious problem. And a lot of people with those addictions and problems getting this shit. STDs, sicknesses, messing, fornicating with people, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, just or messing with mind, you know what I'm saying? They get to losing their mind, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all that's on their mind is that 6-7 minutes of pleasure. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. But they are crucifying these men in front of us, bro. And I don't like it. But like I said, if you don't give them a reason or give them evidence or give them leverage, then this shit shouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? It just shouldn't happen. Point blank, period. It shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, and then on top of that, him keeping tapes and they going and getting 1,000 bottles. Like they said, man might like Vaseline. You know what I mean? Who's to say you can't have 1,000 bottles of Vaseline? You might like Johnson & Johnson. You know what I mean? But they assuming this is what you're doing that with. That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? He's a millionaire, bro. It's like, yo, go to the store and, man, they got your cases for cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You know, dudes with money buy anything. But, you know, they're going to make it seem like it is. And like I said, Yeah, you said I don't think Ho was doing this no Diddy shit. Bro, he had the whole family dollar. You know what I mean? Nah, man. Yeah. He had the whole family dollar, man. Yeah, I mean, man, that was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I heard that, I said, man, that's crazy work. Like, man, 30, 40 of them, man, but 1,000 of them, like, good God, you just had a whole show so they could stack up his hotel rooms. Like, how much do you actually need, bro? You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how much you actually need, but realistically speaking, bro, you know, he's being held without bail. And the reason for is because, you know, they're going to say, when we get locked up, they just going to say you've been out on too many bails or the charge is just that bail. They got to hold you with bail. Me saying that he can never get bail, I don't think they would give him bail. But I think maybe in the months to come, his lawyers will figure something out. You know, the holidays coming. Maybe he can get back there in December and the judge feeling a little good and they could work something out. Maybe he does get out of bail and fight it from the streets. But come on, man. We watching Thug. We watching Melly. You know what I mean? Casanova. We watching a lot of black men fight that shit from jail. You know what I mean? They ain't treating you like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no little gun charge. This ain't no little, you know, few pounds of weed. You get what I'm saying? And that one thing, that Southern District of Manhattan Federal Courthouse got some big boy bodies in it. You know, it don't matter where your case at, you know what I mean, from. They could charge you in that courthouse. I think that's like one of the top courthouses to be prosecuted. And boy, them New York boys ain't making out in that joint. I ain't gonna lie. It's the same courtroom they got El Chapo in. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel, like I said, man, you know, I hope the media and everybody really taking accountability. The man do have children. And his little daughters ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? You know, his little girls, them beautiful little twin girls, man, they lost their mother, man. Them kids lost their mother, man. At the end of the day, that's their mother and their father, and they don't have nothing to do with how their father got his bag and what he does. He's superior to them, man. So I just don't want them to start picking on the kids. I know it was something in the vlogs, in the media, in the paperwork saying his kids were into something and having some wild stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, if y'all gonna take him and crucify him, you know what I mean, leave the kids be. And I hope the kids is taking this into motivation, especially Lil Diddy, Lil King Combs and shit. Like, I hope they really taking into consideration of, you know, building up a new brand or just, you know, taking a brand and putting on their shoulders and giving a different life and a different breath of fresh air to the brand, because that's the legacy of their family. You know what I'm saying? Before we knew or thought Puff was a sleazeball, he was the neighborhood hero. So black people, please don't act like the man wasn't the neighborhood hero. He wasn't making good music. You ain't do the dance every step I take, every move I make. You know what I mean? Broken gang. The sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never. Business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam. Well, you know, do it better. You know what I'm saying? Don't make an ass out of yourself by assuming. Just know I'm 2 levels above you, baby. Hug me, baby. I'm going to make you love me, baby. Talking crazy ain't going to get you nothing but choke. And the jealousy talk is only going to leave you broke. And there's one thing left now. It's God for these cats. Come on, man. That was your guy. What was that? Trains to Paris? What was the album called Diddy dropped? Like, don't act like Diddy wasn't your man. Don't act like Diddy wasn't your man. Don't act like Diddy wasn't a funny motherfucker. Don't act like Diddy, when you talk about black legacy and black pride, Diddy wasn't your man. Don't act like Diddy wasn't what niggas was talking about in the barbershop. Don't act like niggas don't think back then that Diddy, would pop. Don't get to playing no games that niggas wasn't calling Diddy Big Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Don't get to playing like the man wasn't who the man was. Don't get to acting like that because the man got a case. Come on now, granddaddy done caught some cases, uncle done caught some cases, your son and your daughter done caught some cases that wasn't right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Anybody going to say they was never their man's, man. But if he wasn't your man, Biggie was your man. If he wasn't your man, the Locks was your man. If he wasn't your man, you liked the Faith Evans. If he wasn't your man, you liked Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? You liked a lot of things that the man put his hands in. You get what I'm saying? That's it. You like the man production. I mean, you liked the man clothing line. You might have sipped the man liquor. You did something that the man had his hands in because he had his hands in the urban community with culture so long. So yeah, you got a few people that don't like the man. You know what I mean? Right. Thank you, bro. I won you over, bro. Right. You liked somebody that the man had. You get what I'm saying? Man, just, he like your uncle. You might not like your rich uncle, but your rich uncle, man, made Christmas happen a couple times. You might not like go down the street to sell a dope. You might think he's the worst nigga, but you don't know mommy done borrowed a couple dollars to take care of a few things. You know what I mean? I get it. He's not people's favorite guy because, once again, I'm going to say, these allegations been going on since I've been little. So I couldn't see myself going to a puff party back in 2004 and wouldn't think nothing fishy because these progressive grips, the DVDs was out. Remember the conspiracy theory DVDs was out, so weird shit was going on. I was watching that type shit when I was younger, so I knew that it was wild shit going on and I was nowhere near the industry because the internet wasn't even out like that. We just heard about it through the grapevine, boy, they say, Puff. Crazy. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You heard this shit, bro. You heard this shit. Niggas say Russell Simmons, one of our ghosts, but we was hearing about Russell. We started doing it, yo. Niggas say, boy, little weird. You get what I'm saying? We started this stuff, man. So it's no surprise, but we didn't. All I'm saying is, bro, don't be so quick to jump against our kind, whether you like them or not, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give a nigga a fair chance and don't believe the hype because whoever your favorite person is, yo, you want to be around. I'ma say Halle Berry. All men love Halle Berry. You an inspiring actor. Halle Berry tell you, hey, Johnny, hey, Michael, come on upstairs, man. Me and Denzel, Tyler Perry's hanging out upstairs, after everybody leave. You coming? Yeah. You get up there, you know what I mean? Your favorite, Halle Berry. She said, boy, unwind a little bit. Take your shoes off. We drinking, everybody cool in here. Nigga taking their shoes off. It's Halle Berry. You taking your shoes off. It's Halle Berry. I'm chilling. Boy, you start seeing motherfuckers kissing and hugging. You get what I'm saying? Boy, this is my day. I'm going to crack Halle Berry. All right, you crack Halle Berry and she tell you, look, I'm going to get you in the next movie. You going to be the dude, the monster ball for me. And then our white boy in it, Billy Ray, whatever the fuck his name is, you mad. Now you don't like Halle Berry. And anytime they can bring something on Halle Berry, you knocking at the door. Yeah. I was at a party. She invited me upstairs. And I was feeling uncomfortable. I seen a few other people having sex. And I told her I wanted to leave. And she told me no. Instantly, she started sucking on my neck. And when she started sucking on my neck, I instantly told her I was uncomfortable. Then she pulled my penis on my pants and put it inside of her vagina. Until she had an orgasm. You're going to get some detective looking at you like, oh my God. Say this again. Paint the picture. Say this again. Yeah, I told her I was uncomfortable with what was going on, and she kept pursuing me. In the cool house I grew up at, nigga gonna tell you, man, you guilty of being a bitch. You guilty of being a bitch, man. Get the fuck out of my face, man. You mean to tell me she told you to come upstairs after everybody leave? You let everybody leave. You hang out. They tell you, unwind, take your shoes off and relax. Take your shoes off. You take your shoes off and relax. And she said, man, unwind a little bit. She starts sucking on your neck. You telling them people she forced a condom on you. And then she had an orgasm and left you. And she told you you was going to be a monster ball. And now you ain't a monster ball. And you have the right to go to court and get a lawsuit. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I can't make this shit up. That's sort of like that man's situation, bro. You know what I mean? People saying, dude, and then the picture that really bothers me. The dude with Cuban Gooding Jr., whatever his name is, the dude that played Trey. Trey, I'm going to call him Trey. Trey hugging a dude. You know how you do it, girl. Any dudes that been to prison, right? And I don't mean to bring prison up. You seen this before. You seen dudes engaging that wanted to be a part of San Francisco. Whatever institution you was in, it's always a San Francisco there. So dudes that wanted to be a part of it said, no disrespectful to the Bay, I fucks with my niggas in San Francisco, all that, the Mac, all that. But I'm just saying, you know, They hanging out. You see the way they engage. This guy, the producer guy, is a part of the LGBTB community. It's nothing wrong with that. That's your thing. Cuban Jr. outside his wife, he like boys. That's what they saying. That's what the picture showing. Ain't no allegations with Cuban Jr. It's no allegation. So you are a guy that's a part of that community and you like guys. So Diddy telling the dude, boy, I had him. This is his allegations. The dude telling you I had him. I had him. Go shoot your jumper. Cuban down that joint shooting his jumper. Nothing in this picture is like, yo, you do look uncomfortable in the picture, but you chasing that Grammy. So you're sacrificing yourself for this Grammy. You don't get this Grammy or this beat out there, and you flip the script. You see what I'm saying? I ain't with that. Because in the picture, bro, it would never been no picture. It'd have been a picture of you chipping them if you ain't into that. It would have been a picture of you chipping them if you wasn't into that. I can't tell you nothing else, bro. It would have literally been a picture of you chipping them if you wasn't into that, boy. A lot of dudes be into that. And I ain't mad at you, bro. If you into that, you into that. But I'm saying just going to put charges out on a person because dudes laugh at this and dudes don't think it's funny, but I'm going to make a serious documentary about this. It is men in prison for being accused of allegations they didn't do, which is the worst charge you can have. A rape charge or a kid charge. Now, some people go there and did wrong, but you do have men in prison that didn't do that shit and been convicted off a cold-blooded motherfucking lie. So for anybody that's engaging in those activities to go to court and knowing that you was with that and play with somebody's life like that, you cold. You cold. I'm sorry, bro. You cold. You cold. Nothing can justify that, bro. You cold, bro. You're not a man, bro. You're not a man in my eyes, bro. For real, bro. You cold. That's some cold shit. Y'all think about it. Ain't that cold? Ain't that cold? That's cold, bro. That's cold, bro. Because you got people that's really locked up that wasn't even into that, bro. And all I'm telling you is, bro, stop. Yo, bro, do you know what some of these people to do to just be around Tyler Perry? Some of these inspiring actors and actresses? Do you know what anybody would do to be around Metro Boomer? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what some people were willing to do to be around certain celebrities? You know what somebody's willing to do to be around Jay-Z? So it's 7+ billion people on the earth. Why waste your time with people that ain't into that? That's all I'm saying. Why waste your time with people that ain't into that? Why truly waste your time with people that ain't into that? So this is what I said. Some of this shit is fake, bro. Some of this shit is fake, bro. Some of this shit is fake, and it's sad to say that the fake shit is gonna overpower the real shit. If they say they got 8 to 15 victims, 8 to 15 victims, probably about 2 or 3 of them might have. You know what I mean? I might could go with, damn, yo, why you do them people like that? Yo, you out of order, bro. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them niggas lying, bro. You walking in there, you want to hang out, you want to do what you got to do. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. But the man still got kids, and the man kids, especially his little princesses, bro, they ain't got nothing to do with it. They crazy, bro. They say FBI releases a list of names involving Diddy freak-offs parties. So let's get a little bit into that. They releasing names now. Let's get into some of these names. Now, I'm gonna play a little game, right? I'm trying to get the 4K. Can y'all please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel? Can you please share this video? I'm trying to get the 4K. I should have been 100K, dude. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta get what I can get, bro. I'm just gonna keep grinding hard. This YouTube shit hard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm just looking right now at the man partying is just crazy. And I might do part 2 tomorrow. I might come back on late. It's Thursday, so I think I'm going to Gettysburg auction tonight. I think I'm going to Gettysburg. Yeah, Gettysburg. I had to get to Gettysburg. So I had to get to Gettysburg auction. I had to get to Gettysburg. I'm about to get the Gettysburg auction. They talking about the dude Pac and all that. Names, man, what are names at? So, bro, bro, like, when you do journalism work, you gotta do so much research because there's so many people like me that that's doing the same shit and you just cannot find because everybody is just vlogging about this shit. This shit is a media frenzy. You know what I mean? One of my best sources, I can't tell all my sources my juice, but I can really tell you, like, yeah. I can't tell you all my sauce, but I'll give y'all some sauce. There's any YouTubers in here. Dealer's auction. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my trades. Buying and selling used car. I got my dealer's license. I'm in the process of opening up my own dealership. You know, just learning. You know what I'm saying? I've been in it like 3 years now. You know, I pay my bills. I don't really display cars like that or a lot on my I got ways that I do that, bro. To be honest with you, I don't really display it like that on social media and shit because I don't like, you know, social media is just for this shit for me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do, though. I get some all types of trucks and shit. I specialize in SUVs and minivans, though. And pickup trucks. That's most what I do. I be having cars, but I don't really looking for SUV, van, truck, any type of work truck. I'm your guy. That's what I do then. I don't really do like too many cars. I be having cars. I got some cars now, but I got them for a good price, so that's why I really just hung with them. Here it is. That's what it is.
Transportation to engage in prostitution. What happened yesterday afternoon? Well, Judge Robin Tarnowski denied Combs' application for bail, pre-trial release yesterday. Now, that is not the end of the story. Why? Well, his defense is fighting this. And look, they had offered a $50 million bond to be secured by his property in Miami, home confinement, GPS monitoring, but the judge was not persuaded. The judge was more persuaded by the
That's
government.
like I'm on YouTube.
Should be denied.
I mean, Rod Doe Podcast,
the heinous
Instagram.
nature of these allegations
It's
and
spelled
the
the same way.
evidence in this case.
But let's get into this.
From sexual abuse, violence, intimidation, acts of kidnapping and arson. But really where it came down to is that Combs
kidnapping is crazy.
Been tampering with witnesses, reaching out to people to get them to not cooperate with the government. So now Combs' legal team has appealed this decision to a different judge who reportedly will now oversee the remainder of this case. U.S. District Court Judge Andrew Carter. We know that Combs' team has submitted a new letter to Judge Carter. This is in anticipation of arguments that will happen at 3:30 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, you in the A?
To see what will happen. Again, there are no cameras.
Yeah, my nephew need to see you, man. Go to Clark.
You
need a good mechanic that ain't gonna cheat him.
The latest. And I will also tell you that just minutes before we came live, the government, the prosecution, submitted a letter to the court as well. And it's interesting. It's really interesting to hear why they say that his bail, again, should be denied. And I will have a lot to talk about with this because we are learning a lot more details. For example, during the course of the defense's letter that they submitted today, they have also provided, it's 124 pages, it's much longer than it was yesterday, but they have submitted correspondence between them and the attorneys from the United States Southern District, the United States State Attorney's Office. So I have a lot to get into. I want to bring on right now, as we wait for these updates and hear what the judge will decide, I want to bring on former prosecutor and attorney Nima Rahmani to talk more about this. Nima, thank you so much for coming on. It's good to see you. So we're kind of in this breaking news bubble right now. We're going to wait to see. I'm getting updates, and if anything happens, I'll let our viewers know. I have to talk about this. I have to talk about this, okay? So this is the prosecution's letter. And in this letter, again, where they're saying that he should be denied bail, they quote a lot about what happened yesterday. They quote Judge Tarnowski, who said there are also indications in your history and characteristics that I think are a reason why the presumption in favor of detention has not been rebutted. And I can get more to that, but there are new allegations in here that I have to talk about. So first, and this is quite shocking. I'm going to go towards the end of it. They say that, I'm just going to pull it up right now, that, where is it? The fact is, you know what? I'm going to find that in a second. Oh, yeah, here it is. So it says, finally, it bears noting that within the first 24 hours of this case's unsealing. So we're talking about what happened yesterday. There are already new concerns about witness interference, as well as interference with a fair trial, based on the defendant and his counsel's attempts to publicly discredit one of the victims. And they talk about how yesterday, during the bail argument and a subsequent appearance on CNN, defense counsel, for Sean Combs, impugned the allegations made by a statutory victim challenging the motivation and timing of her claims. The government therefore requested the court caution the defendant and counsel not to violate, and they talk about a specific criminal rule. It seems, I think that's about extrajudicial statements. So the fact that now the prosecutors are going after Combs and his attorney about what they did in the last 24 hours as more reason for why he should not be released. What do you make of that?
Well, Jesse, when you're talking about detention pre-trial in federal cases, really taking a step back, it's really appropriate when someone's a risk of flight or a danger to the community. It sounds like the government's focused their attention on that danger component. Obviously, we know that Diddy has almost unlimited means. He's reportedly worth $1 billion, has access to private jets, but, you know, in the 6 months after the raid, he didn't take off. He reportedly moved to New York to prepare for this arrest. So It's really that danger component. And I think what the government is trying to do is to establish that this is someone who can't be trusted if they're out in the community, because they know that an appeal of a detention order from a magistrate judge to a district judge, in any case, it's reviewed de novo, which means for the first time for those of us who are watching. So really, what the magistrate judge did yesterday doesn't really have any precedential effect here. And they need to convince this district judge, Judge Carter, that there's no condition or combinations of conditions that can guarantee Diddy's appearance at trial. So whatever they can do to show witness tampering, obstruction, intimidation, that's all helpful for their detention argument.
And by the way, but the defense's argument would be, and they made several arguments yesterday, that he showed up to New York, you know, he surrendered his passport, he has not fled the country, he was waiting for these charges to happen, he's been cooperative, they put together a bail package. You know what else they submitted today? And I thought it was really interesting, Nima. Yesterday, I think their letter was, I'm going to say 14, 16 pages. This one is now accompanied by exhibits that makes it 124 pages. So they seem to be submitting more evidence in favor of why their client should be released. And what they submitted was a selection of communications, email communications between them and the prosecutors. And in those communications, they indicate that Combs gave his passport to his lawyers, and they informed prosecutors for the past few months every time he was making a trip. So if he was going to Wyoming, or whether or not he was coming to New York, or he was going to California, the fact that they were having those communications and saying, look, we're not hiding, we're letting you know exactly what he's up to, I thought that was interesting, and whether or not that additional information will persuade
They
this
don't
judge.
give a fuck about that shit.
It was interesting, and normally...
Yeah, it was interesting, but they don't care.
The time between a raid and an arrest and an indictment, usually you're talking about days or weeks. Now, obviously, some defendants do self-surrender, but having prosecuted drug trafficking, human trafficking cases, sex trafficking, normally those types of defendants that are looking at mandatory minimum sentences in federal prison, they're not afforded the opportunity to surrender, and they're certainly not given $50 million bail packages. So the question is, if the judge does allow for some sort of bail, is Diddy being treated differently than other criminal defendants because of his fame, his wealth, and his celebrity status? But
can I push you back on that? Let's say, for example, I think the $50 million bond package is to suggest this is impactful to me, right? This is what I can put up of a showing of good faith. Maybe if it's somebody who doesn't have $100 million or $500 million, and they put up their house or something like that, it's a signal of what they can put forward to say that
absolutely
finding in good faith, I will show up to every court hearing, I will not violate the terms, I will not be a flight risk. Wouldn't that be sufficient? You know, I think it's relative, right?
Well, it's relative, but again, it's not just about flight. And that's why I think the government's focused on the danger. This is a presumption case. This is a presumption of detention statutorily for these types of offenses. When Diddy's arrested at his hotel, reportedly, there is a pink powdery substance that's likely 2C, which is an illegal narcotic. So, this isn't someone, again, this is the former prosecutor, me arguing the government's case. I understand that the defense has actually a decent shot, I think, of getting this overturned on appeal. I don't think it's a black or white case, but usually, me, we've been doing this a very long time. I usually bring that prosecution perspective.
That's why I love having you on. I get both perspectives. And to be clear, that pink substance was revealed yesterday during the hearings. Now, I want to let everybody know we have an update. So we have an update for you. Sean Combs, he's at the defense table. And remember, there's no cameras in that courtroom, so we're going to do our best to kind of give you a visual of what happened. He's at the defense table. He's in a black shirt, not an inmate uniform, might be wearing the same clothes that he was wearing yesterday based upon that courtroom sketch. Two U.S. Marshals are seated behind him, and they're waiting on Judge Andrew L. Carter. We don't know how long this hearing will take, but we're going to provide everybody updates as it progresses.
And this was yesterday. This was yesterday.
Criminal defense attorney Natalie Whittingham-Burrell to talk about this. And Natalie, good to see you. Thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, Natalie. Yeah, let me get this.
At this moment.
Yeah, let me get this. Yeah, let me skip some of this. They got the dogs out. Diddy like he killed somebody.
There are no cameras, so we're kind of letting everybody know what's happening in real time. We have reporters there, or the reporters in there, we're following what they're saying. And we're also taking your questions on YouTube. So if you have questions,
any questions, I'm taking your questions.
Case right now, please submit them. We'll talk about it on air. I want to give everybody an update. So the government is now bringing up lawsuits that were filed against Combs, referencing Dawn Richard, who recently filed a lawsuit against him. She was part of two groups two musical groups from Sean Combs, including Danity Kane. They're also this was interesting. The government is claiming that Combs reached out to a victim. The defendant called her and gaslit her, trying to convince her it has been consensual, which, Natalie, as you mentioned before, that could be a defense, right? That's going to be trying to be a defense, that we are not dealing with minors here, like we were dealing with the R. Kelly case, where you can't say a minor can consent to sexual activity. But here, these freak-offs, these events.
That's what I just said earlier.
It might be different to everyday Joe and Jane Smith.
Right.
But if everybody's participating and everybody's agreeing,
right,
everybody's doing, drugs.
Right.
He's not charged with drug crimes. He's charged with racketeering. He's charged with sex trafficking. That's what they're going to have to say. But as we talked about before, the government says they have witnesses, sex workers, who will claim this was not consensual. And that's going to be the issue. But do you think that's the main
defense? How you a sex worker and it's not consensual?
On the up and up, this was all consensual.
Defense, but it really is their only real defense.
Right.
They can't say that the freak-offs aren't happening.
Right.
They're almost admitting it. The evidence that's found in the home confirms it.
Right.
The sex workers confirmed it, and the defense confirmed yesterday that they
Now, let me break this down too. I just said that. They're not, if you've been tapping in with me since 11:50 when I started going live, I said that. I said, yo, this shit is consensual. How the fuck can you be charged with consensual sex? Like, what are you talking about, bro? I didn't make you do nothing. Like, this is not a rape case. This is not a minor case. These are grown-ass people. These are grown people. Let me get back into it.
Of Diddy beating Cassie and the government's allegation that is around the time of the freak-off to show that he used physical force, coercion, and intimidation in order to force her into doing those freak-offs, which would not be obviously consensual. You can't beat somebody to force them to come back to the room and then say that is consensual sex. So that's really what the issue is, but that's their only real defense. There is no other defense here.
And he doesn't have to mount a defense quite yet. He's not at trial. What he is trying to do is mount a successful defense to try to get bail. And Nima, I want to ask you,
so the bail niggas is not his lawyers, actually.
Is that it? Is he locked up till trial, or could there be circumstances where this issue could be revisited?
Well, we can certainly ask the court to revisit its detention order. Usually doesn't happen. Could also appeal to the Second Circuit, but much harder to win that appeal has to be an abuse of discretion. Trial judges have a lot of discretion to detain criminal defendants pending trial, but Natalie nailed it. And I know we're talking about the weight of the evidence. That's one of the least important factors when you're deciding detention, but that's something that judges consider when they're deciding whether someone can be dangerous or not. And especially one of the best. There's really only 3 defenses in a sexual assault case. It didn't happen. It wasn't me. Or that it was consensual. And we know that Diddy's only substantive defense is going to attack the statute. It's going to attack the statute of limitations, indictment for vagueness.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
Defense attorneys do, but
what I'm telling you is that some of those cases, again, I said this earlier in my live, has statute of limitations. Even I think with the assault with Cassie was so long ago. You get what I'm saying? That's it. So that's what somebody said earlier in the comments. There's a media frenzy. This is something that's weird. You get what I'm saying? Somebody say Diddy won't get found not guilty. Diddy get found not guilty? He's the biggest man in America. What and who and why and what he's sacrificing. I think they're going to strike Diddy a good plea deal. That's my opinion. But let's finish listening to these analysis from these people that's a little sharper than me. You know, man. They got their people in the courtroom.
Within 70 days of yesterday, his initial appearance, and you could refuse to waive time, but given the fact that there's so many witnesses, and this is essentially a cross-examination case, they're going to go after everyone that's testifying, say that this is a money grab, they're civil plaintiffs, they filed lawsuits, they're trying to leverage it to shake Diddy down. They're going to go into their entire
it's about money.
History of testifying, anything that may be admissible during cross-examination to impeach them, call them liars. So the defense is going to need their time. Now, obviously, it's much more difficult to defend a case, and Natalie will tell you when your client is in custody, right? You got to go into
jail
prison or the MCC or whatever every day to meet with your client. But the defense will need time, so I think this can be pushed out for quite some time, probably a year, maybe even more.
Hey man, I'm trying to hit 4K today. Can y'all subscribe to the channel? Raw Dope trying to go 4K today. If I go 4K today, I'm going back live at like 9, 10 tonight, and I'm gonna give something away, a Raw Dope t-shirt.
Richard, remember she was part of this.
I'm gonna give away a Raw Dope t-shirt tonight. Like it's in the back in the inventory, but I'm giving away
sexual assault.
If we get the 4K tonight, I'm gonna give away like a Raw Dope like fleece hoodie, like flannel joint with Raw Dope on it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to get the 4K subs. If y'all give me the 4K, man, and if you just tapping in, like this video, share this video. Baltimore City Media. I'm from Baltimore City. My platform is called Raw Dope Podcast. It stands for the rawest and dopest interviews on the planet. My Miranda rights is no fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. And we cover a lot of hip-hop, you know what I'm saying, news and entertainment throughout the DMV, but mostly Baltimore. And on the Raw Dope Vlogs, we go global with global hip-hop news and entertainment.
He's just trying to talk to them. I mean, is there a way to explain this away?
That one made me cringe. It's really hard to explain that away. And as I said, I think at the top of the hour, it's very, very difficult when it's your client reaching out to witnesses. And this even builds on the prosecution's argument that despite his best efforts, and it seems like Diddy has a really good attorney who's really trying hard here.
I subscribe. Thank you, brother.
His attorney cannot.
Thank you. I need 4 more subscribers, man. I don't know. It's in the 90s. It might be 10. I'm not sure, but I think I'm at almost at 4K. I had a few people tapping in. There's 7 people. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. You'll love the content.
In real time, Combs' defense team is now making their argument to Judge Carter. And they're referencing reaching out to Kalina Harper, who is that witness in Dawn Richards' case. And Kalina Harper, I believe, came out and basically said that her experience with Sean Combs, let me rephrase, she came out and said that Dawn Richards' experience with Sean Combs is not reflective of her experience. So in a way, you could say she's saying, I'm not siding with Dawn Richards' allegations here.
Right.
What makes that questionable is if Diddy did reach out to her and did color her testimony, did color her remarks because she did make a statement about this. So that's now being discussed as well.
Yeah, it's so you have stained your case, right? If it was organic, if Diddy had never reached out to any of the witnesses or parties involved in any of his cases, and just let his lawyers handle everything, then whatever facts were presented to the public and the courts would have been accepted by the public and the courts. However, if Diddy is calling somebody 100 and something times, it's not a logical misstep to then take the next logical leap and say, hey, maybe he paid her, influenced her, threatened her, cajoled her, sweet talked her into getting her to speak out in his defense.
Yeah, that was talking too much.
So it's just a really bad move, and
that was talking too much.
Of course, the defense is going to point to witnesses speaking to his benefit, but it's just all taken away by the fact that Diddy reached out to them. Litigants should never do that.
Yeah. All right. So now we have more questions. Again, if you have questions on YouTube, submit them.
Damn, Diddy. Talk too much. You think that money got you, bro? That money don't hold. That money don't hold you, boy. Like, fuck that, bro. You dealing with the feds, bro. You gotta shut up, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That money be fucking people up, bro. You got to shut up sometimes, bro. You know what I mean? Talk to my lawyer. Okay, here, let's see what they talking about.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm Jesse Weber, and before we even talk about our extended coverage of the Sean Diddy Combs bail hearing part 2, we know we have audio issues. We're working on it through the scenes. Thank you for being patient with us. Hopefully, you stick with us. Hopefully, we can work it out because we are getting to some really important information that's happening right now in real time. Although there are not cameras in that federal courthouse where Sean Diddy
cameras won't be in Diddy courthouse. It'll be all the pictures.
For him to be released,
and I'm glad too, man. I'm watching them boys all in
handcuffs.
In this case, you know what I mean? Seeing dudes every day in court knowing they locked up. It's too much.
Denied Combs bail. They've appealed this from a magistrate judge now to a district court judge. We're waiting for a decision, but we're seeing the arguments being played out. There are some really interesting things being put forward, both by the prosecution and the defense. I want to bring back in former prosecutor and attorney Nima Rahmani. I'm also joined by criminal defense attorney Natalie Whittingham-Burrell. Again, really monumental moment here because what you could have is Combs being denied bail and him being in lockup, being behind bars, until his trial, which Nima mentioned before, could maybe be at the end of 2025, maybe 2026. And here's the thing that I want to bring up here,
That's
Natalie.
a fact. That fast should take a long time. I don't even know if they have statute of limitations there. I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I don't know. I just don't know because everybody I see in that shit at least take a year or better. You know what I mean? And a year from the day is next September, so that's close to 2026. So I don't know, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get to the good stuff. Because, you know what I mean? So y'all can know the facts on this shit. You feel me? But Diddy, man, that's fucked up, bro. I personally think, man, should get a bail. I mean, I don't think it's, to them, they going to paint a picture of us as if it's, you know what I'm saying, it's the worst thing in the world with us. You feel me? But I don't see why I don't get a bail. I don't think the man's going to run nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, running with kids and shit and his family is like, hey, and even if he runs, even if he choose to run, like, fuck, bro. Like, y'all eventually catch him. And you don't. Like, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like this is the worstest thing in the world. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, this is it, bro. Like, this is really it.
Much. Thank you.
The boy, what y'all think about the boy Donald? You know what I mean? Hollywood might be in trouble. Here you go.
It ain't just P. Diddy that's in trouble with all of this. Because he's in a world of trouble. He's in a world of trouble, but that's not what I'm thinking about.
That's what
Look. It ain't just P. Diddy that's in trouble with all of this. Because he's in a world of trouble. He's in a world of trouble, but that's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Hollywood being in a world of trouble. And if you're being honest, I ain't the only one thinking like that. So are y'all. Stephen A. Smith Show in the house, coming right at you, right now.
Look, I got heard what my man say. Sure to get to it.
All of my followers and subscribers, we now eclipsed 790,000 subscribers on YouTube, eclipsing over more than 2.9 million. A lot of people weren't buying it because it was shortly removed from him categorically and emphatically denying there was any truth to the allegations that were leveled against him. It was only after the video came out that he had to fess up and own up to it. And even then.
A good question, Kevin. Good question. Do I think he's gonna take people down with him? Yes. If he goes to trial, I think it's gonna get out of control. Yes, it's not even him taking people down. It's just certain people gonna be mentioned in this shit, and then after a while, Diddy being locked up and sit behind bars, right? It's tough. 54 years old, 50-some years old. You know what I'm saying? This not a drug indictment. This not a gang indictment. This not that type of indictment. It's a crazy indictment dealing with pussy and women and niggas. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, prison is uncomfortable for criminals. But it's an adaptation process. You know what I mean? When you come from the streets, the projects, the back blocks, the ghettos, the trailer homes, fucked up environments, you're immune to it. So going to jail, after a while, 3 week, 21 to 45 days, it's just regular. You know what I'm saying? It's normal. But to him, that process is going to take, man, like 180 days for that shit to sink in and realizing there ain't no way out. That's what I've totally been honest with you, bro. I've totally been honest with you that it's gonna take him a long time to adapt the food, the shit. This is a man that gets chefs cooking for him every day. This not a drug dealer. You gotta think, this is not a drug dealer that's being taken down. Like I told you, guy from Baltimore catches 45 years in prison. YGGT, co-defendant, catches 45 years in prison. It's not Diddy, not him. Dude been sitting in prison, in and out of prison, know how to, fight, know how to make a knife, know how to get down. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying Diddy ain't gonna get down. You get what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna have to get down because they not gonna let nobody touch him. But to sit in a cell, regular population, you get to move around, you get to talk to people, you heard people, different stories, you out. But being behind the door, they only letting you out for take a shower. You know what I mean? They gonna let him have all this shit in the cell, headphones, whatever you can get over that Fed joint. Here in Baltimore, they can have TVs. So he gonna get all the shit he need, but it's gonna be in the cell. It's gonna be in the cell. It's gonna be in the cell. Don't ever think that bag he got he ain't gonna have his way once he figure it out. Once he figure out, once he figure out that jail and the court system is two different things, that's it. Yeah, but listen what I'm telling you, man. They tell you 23-1. You know what I mean? They tell you their man in there 23-1. They tell you it's the worst conditions. Again, correctional officers have heart. They have heart. Majors and wardens got heart. They might tell them, look, boy, we're going to let you out a couple more hours every day. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it to yourself and shit like that. Because the prison is not the court system. Bro, y'all got to remember. You're going to be locked down 23 hours in one, bro. Listen what I'm saying. That's what they telling us. That's Sean Puffy Combs, bro. In jail, $1 billion man in jail who gonna have like 100,000 on his books. That boy ain't sitting in no fucking cell 24 hours a day. Whether they give him medical passes, give him visits, his lawyer's gonna come see him every day. It's a warden in the jail, bro. It's a person that run the jail, bro. He ain't gonna be in the worst conditions. He's bigger than everybody. Lawyers gonna come see him. People gonna come see him. You can get an attorney visit every day. Puffy gonna be able to visit every day. You get a attorney visit every day. Your peoples can come see you once a week. He's out the cell 7 days a week, yo. 2, 3, 4 hour attorney visits, bro. When he get back on the tier, they gonna give him his shower. They gonna give him his fucking phone. They gonna let him have his walk, bro. Come on, bro. Let's keep it real, bro. This Diddy. You got don't COs again. I say this and I say this again with pride. COs are human. COs are human, bro. Once people get that in their head, COs are human. Correctional officers are human. We talking about P. Diddy. You don't ever wake up in the morning thinking R. Kelly had it bad, yo, over in that jail, bro. That man had money on his books, bro. Like, that money talk in jail. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Prison is not the court system. If the courts had to keep you locked down in the motherfucking basement every day and them judges can see that, then that's cool. But still, they got to go home. Judges got to go to sleep. It's 3 shifts that work there, bro. Chios got 8-hour shifts, 3 different shifts, different guards, bro. Everybody ain't on no sucker shit with you, bro. Hey, but some people gonna feel your pain. They gonna feel your pain. You Diddy. You Diddy. You tell a nigga straight up, call this number and tell him to give you 100,000. You Diddy. If you a correctional officer, and I'm not encouraging a correctional officer to do nothing illegal, but all correctional officers know what they can and cannot do. If you a correctional officer, it would be in your best interest to treat that man like a civilized person. It's fucked up that motherfuckers don't get treated like civilized people. But hey, if I was a correctional officer, hey, that whole tier is about to be glory because y'all got Diddy on the tier. Hey, it's y'all lucky week. It's y'all lucky months. You know what I mean? We gonna carry it like this. Man got too much money for COs to play with him. You know what I mean? Every day he's gonna have a reason to come out the cell. Every day. I promise you. I promise you. Every day. Till he don't want to come out. Every day he's going on an attorney visit. 3, 4 hours. That's a shift. Know what I mean? Every day he going to case manager. Every day. Every fucking day. He doing something. So yeah, what they gonna tell you? He's in 23-1, the worst confinements, but I promise you, you know what I mean? It's locked up. You locked up. It's the worst conditions, but everything that he could get and could do, he gonna do, bro. That's just how it is. It's gonna take him a while. He don't want to talk to nobody. He gonna be going crazy. The walls gonna be sinking in. But after a while, when he come about his shell, bro, and he realized, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm still Diddy behind bars, regardless of what they saying behind this door. It's 2 worlds. It's outside and it's inside. The inside rules don't apply to the outside, and the outside rules don't apply to the inside. That's just the laws of the land, bro. So, you know what I mean? Y'all get that out y'all mind that Diddy's going to just be sitting in jail. He's just going to be hella miserable, and the CEO's going to be treating him like shit. Hell no. Hell no. Diddy in the city, like he's in New York City. It's not like he's in the jail way out with a bunch of crazy crackers, bro. Like, nah, he's not in that situation just yet. Once you get tried and get sentenced, you go to prison, bro. You know what I mean? Some Harlem, from New York. You know what I mean? They said there's some inmates that want to kill him. They crazy up New York. You know, and that may be true, so they're going to keep him behind the door, but I just don't see what you get out of killing Diddy. Real shit. What do you get killed out? What do you do? What do you get out of killing Diddy? Just tell me. What badge of honor in jail that an inmate would get out of killing Diddy? Or what badge of honor a nigga get in jail befriending Diddy at his lowest point? Now, I mean, at his lowest point when we got the same jumper on, the same everything on. What's the difference, bro? The difference is, bro, a lot of dudes gonna want to befriend that man because at the end of the day, they gonna feel like, yo, he'll work something out and don't get the rest of his life in prison. And you know what I'm saying? He could make something happen when he come home, bro. Like, motherfuckers ain't stupid, yo. It is 2024. Killing Diddy is not gonna be, Diddy not a gangster. Diddy don't portray a gangster image. You get what I'm saying? Diddy don't portray a gangster image. That's what the wardens say. He's going to be in the facility. Well, inmates will kill him in a badge honor. No, he doesn't. He's just Diddy. Like, why would nigga want to kill him? Yup. No. No, bro. Think about it. Just as all right, we gonna say this. Just as many people that want to have a badge of honor to kill them in jail, it's just as many people that'll protect them in jail because they know the benefit of protecting them. Real shit. All these people that been to prison know prison is 90% mental, 10% physical. Diddy don't have a charge of raping a little kid. Diddy doesn't have a charge of raping women. You know what I'm saying? Diddy doesn't have a charge. Diddy has some domestic violence shit and some trafficking and some people lying on him and some wild shit he was doing. He's charged for being a freak and doing wild shit. So that's not a thing to go to jail and be mad. Now you got dudes in jail that have attitudes and are trying. That's jail. Anybody get tried. Like, you get tried in jail. You know what I mean? But I just don't got to add it. Man got too much money. That man a legend. Niggas gonna want to hear Diddy. Diddy better off telling them he don't want to be on PC. Nah, that's what I'm telling y'all. Diddy better off telling them I don't want to be on PC. Man, let me in regular population. I don't want to be on PC. I want to be in regular population. For real. Put me on a cool tier. Cause regular population use the phone, you out all day, and niggas gonna be rapping all day, telling nigga ideas for podcasters. Well, if the allegations are true that he hurt someone's family member and they may feel some kind of way, no, only thing he did was have sex with somebody's family member, bro. That's it. That's all he did. Savage, like that's all he did was Unicorn Savage. That's all he did was have sex. That's what they was arguing. That's why I played that clip earlier. He was having, that's what his defense is proving. He's having a lot of consensual sex. And people didn't get what they want out of the consensual sex. So they bringing up charges and allegations. I'm not telling you that it wasn't no victims, but all 8 to 15 people that's claiming this shit happened to him, I'm telling you that all 8 to 15 of them people wasn't victims. Maybe some people got put in situations where they felt uncomfortable and they just went with it. Okay, I get that. What happened with him and Cassie, that was his girlfriend. They was getting a domestic dispute. She was much younger than him. He was out of order for that. He was out of order for that. He was out of order for that, doing all that shit in the hotel room, trying to bribe the people. He was out of order with that. That caught up with him. But all of that other shit that's going on, bro, I don't believe 80% of it. 20% of it, man, somebody could prove their point. But 80% of the shit is gibberish. And I'm just being honest with you. That's my opinion. 80% of the shit is gibberish. Real shit. I'm not playing no games. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, bro. And we're not talking about kids, underage children. We're talking about grown-ass people that can make the right decision. We're talking about grown-ass people that can make the right decision, bro. Like, that's all I'm saying. We talking about grown-ass people that can make the right decision, bro. You have the right to say fucking no. God damn it, bro. Like, come on, man. Nigga be tough as a motherfucker with everybody else, but then be soft. You know what I'm saying? Then be soft in certain situations. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying, yo, it's some people, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's some people that might have forced itself on. But they not saying that. They just saying these parties, these prostitution, motherfuckers doing drugs, and motherfuckers waking up saying, I ain't want to do that. Sort of like the same thing they did with Bill Cosby. Sort of like the same thing they did with Bill Cosby, bro. Like, come on, bro. And then there's nobody stepping up and saying, yo, some people would do anything to be around a celebrity. Some people would do anything to be around a celebrity, bro. Like, come on, stop it, bro. That's all I'm saying is, when everybody wake up and be real, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we gonna get to it. Oh, here we go. This Diddy lawyer.
Turn himself in. Sean Diddy Combs is dominating headlines right now as the Southern District of New York files criminal charges against him and a sex trafficking and racketeering probe. And the evidence they've laid out so far is pretty substantial, but as the rapper now sits behind bars, we're going to discuss what are his defenses moving forward. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. The rap icon, known by so many names, Diddy, Puff Daddy, Love, Sean Combs, he now has a new identifier. He is an indicted conspirator. Yes, Sean Diddy Combs is behind bars in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, also known as the MDC. He's not the first high-profile defendant to end up there. You might recall that the MDC has also housed Bernie Madoff, R. Kelly, and of course, Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Combs entered a not guilty plea in federal court on Tuesday to charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. And we're going to get into some of the defenses that he may have and how strong is the prosecution's case, because I'll tell you after yesterday,
do y'all see anything wrong with that?
Down with the indictment last night. I took a little bit more time to think about it and what is actually being alleged and what the government has to prove. So we're going to talk about this in a minute, but let's not forget, all of this comes, 6 months after simultaneous raids on Combs' properties, one in Los Angeles, the other one in Miami. Homeland Security investigators, they had served search warrants on the homes, bringing boxes and boxes of evidence out. And it wasn't just the indictment that we were talking about yesterday. No, both the prosecution and the defense, they sent letters to U.S. District Court Judge Robin Tarnofsky laying out why Combs should or should not get bail, pretrial release. And then, during Combs' first appearance, he entered his not guilty plea, and the attorneys made oral arguments on this bail issue. In fact, we learned new details from a law and crime reporter inside the courtroom during that hearing. I want to share with you. We didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday. By the way, no cameras are allowed, so we don't have that opportunity. There's a courtroom sketch. That's probably one of the only things we'll get of a visual of what's happening in that courtroom. But we do have the inside scoop about what went down and more allegations that were
straight to it, bro.
Our sponsors. And if I can, I just want to highlight one in particular right now, Morgan & Morgan.
Nah, we support Diddy. What's up? We the supporters.
And in terms of a defense, we also got a small taste of how the defense plans to tell Combs' side of the story. Because when it comes to the freak-offs, Combs' attorney says it's not sex trafficking if everyone wants to be there. And we've talked with several high-profile attorneys here on
It's not sex trafficking if everybody wants to be there.
Point in the prosecution.
I told y'all.
Can they prove that people were forced to do those things? And I should tell you, Combs faces a minimum of 15 years in prison if he's convicted on all charges, and potentially life in prison. So now, with all that in mind, let's talk about possible defenses for Sean Combs. And for that, I want to bring in criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Safa Robinson Ferrer. Thank you so much for coming on, Safa. Good to see you once again. So let's start with that one. This idea that everything's consensual. If everything was consensual, then does this case fall apart? Is that a defense?
You know, that's not necessarily true that the case would fall apart. There are a number of charges that Mr. Combs is facing in this indictment. Not only are they alleging sexual acts, but they're alleging trafficking along state lines or via interstate commerce. They're also alleging narcotic activity or drug activity with respect to Mr. Combs as well. So it's not necessarily that the case would fall apart if everyone agrees that it's consensual. I think that's certainly a positive point for the defense, and that's what we're going to want to get to, is that everybody was a willing participant here. And so that would essentially negate certain elements of the crime, including the kidnapping or certain predicate offenses that there may have to be a finding of in order to sustain that RICO conviction.
Let's take one thing at a time. I'm going to get to racketeering and RICO because that's obviously the majority of this indictment. But first, when you talk about sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, if the defense can prove that force, fraud, or coercion was not used and that this victim wanted, and by the way, it seems like this is only in regard to victim one, count two, right? Did you get the same reading? That's what it appeared to be.
Yeah, that's what it appeared to be.
So if you can say that this one person was not induced by any kind of illegal means to engage in activity, and you could say she wasn't promised anything of value or she wasn't paid, then it's no longer a commercial sex act. Am I right?
That's going to depend as things roll out, because I think one of the things the prosecution may be trying to show is that these sex workers that were hired by Mr. Combs and his team were a part of that sex act. So although victim one may ultimately be found to be a willing participant, what is the level of culpability for hiring these sex workers and transporting them via interstate lines? So that's one of the things that we're going to have to look at as well.
Then that's more count 3, right? Transportation for prostitution, right? That seems to be, I think it's with regarding to multiple victims, but
transportation for prostitution.
But that would be, if it's prostitution, it's prostitution. That's bad for Diddy, for Combs.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If it's prostitution, it's prostitution, and the traveling component certainly isn't going to be a good factor for him.
Before we get into racketeering, the fact that no one has been publicly identified in that indictment, there's a reference to victim 1, there's a general statement to victims. Does that show a weakness in the prosecution's case or no?
I don't think it does, Jesse. What it is if they're protecting their victim, they're protecting their witnesses. There have been allegations of witness tampering in this case, and I think that was something that was mentioned at the arraignment by the judge. And there's a significant concern for that. We don't want any retaliation towards victim 1, whoever that person may be, or other witnesses that may be participating in this prosecution. So that would be the reason that the prosecution is withholding that information for now.
So one of the things, and again, we're going to get into racketeering in a second, but one of the things, if I'm trying to determine if there's a weakness in the prosecution's case, is what's not in there. There were allegations made, for example, in Rodney Jones' civil lawsuit against Combs, and he sued him for sex trafficking and sexual assault and racketeering, that he was tasked with soliciting minors for Sean Combs. We know if you put minors in an indictment, that's a stepping point. That's a different kind of case. That's going to be really hard for a defendant to defend against. Minors can't consent. Look what happened to R. Kelly in his federal indictment. Also, what's not in this indictment is he is not charged specifically with kidnapping or forced labor,
right?
Or
subscribe to this channel, share this live. Subscribe to this channel, Raw Dope Podcast. Check out my channel, man. Run them videos up.
Of possession.
I thank y'all for the likes, man. 17 likes. I'm very appreciated.
In this
4,000, trying to hit 4K today.
He's not charged specifically with those crimes. So if the name of the game is to try to convict Sean Combs and not necessarily throw everything at him, but this is the main indictment. They've been working on it for months. You would think they would include everything they possibly can to secure the conviction. What's not in the indictment, does that tell you anything about potential weaknesses in the prosecution's case?
Well, I think it goes to show that, first and foremost, this indictment is pretty bare bones. And so, although there may be limited allegations in the indictment, we can certainly find, as things progress through the discovery process, through hearings and things of that nature, the full context of what the government is alleging. There's no indication here that these are sex crimes alleged against children. To your point that the prior civil suit, there was an indication that this individual was seeking out underage minors for Mr. Combs. That's not alleged here. So I think what the government is trying to do essentially is fine-tune and fine-point what Mr. Combs is allegedly being or what he's alleged to have done, and sticking to the point of what they can prove. If they can't prove it, they're not going to allege it, and they're not going to waste their time doing that.
How do you defend a racketeering conspiracy charge like the one?
That's what I want to know.
Racketeering
subscribe to the channel.
Difficult. They are essentially a catch-all sort of charge for the prosecution to use as a tool to gain a conviction based on underlying predicate crimes. And so there are a number of things that the government has to prove with respect to RICO, including the enterprise factor, predicate crimes, essentially, and showing a pattern of behavior with those crimes. And so it can be essentially pretty easy for the government to prove those if the evidence is there. Although they are making that allegation, though, it doesn't mean that they are going to that they're going to sustain a conviction on the back end. They can be difficult to prove, and I think what the defense is going to have to do here is take everything apart and go charge by charge, and basically, exploit the weaknesses of the prosecution with respect to these cases. To the point earlier of whether any individual was consenting, whether or not there's an underlying conviction or a pattern of behavior that can be shown. So those are all of the things that the defense is going to want to attack in terms of defending this RICO charge.
So yeah, a racketeering charge like this is there's a criminal enterprise. There's an agreement to further the goals of this criminal enterprise. The goals are to satisfy Combs' sexual desires, to protect his reputation, to make money, and they do this through a number of means. They use fraud, they use coercion, they use threats, they use intimidation. They've engaged in, this is the allegations, kidnapping, forced labor, arson. Those predicate crimes, right? So those are things that he's not charged with individually. But they're saying, this is evidence to show you there's a criminal organization right here. Do prosecutors have to prove all of those predicate crimes beyond a reasonable doubt? Is that something, are they going to have to, and it's strange because a lot of those are state crimes, right? They're like, if you're talking arson, that's a state crime. So how much do they have to prove to the jury that, you know what? We have evidence that he blew up Kid Cudi's car. We have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. I mean, how much do prosecutors have to prove predicate crimes, those underlying crimes, in order to get a conviction of racketeering?
In order to get that conviction, the prosecution doesn't have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, but they have to show that based on a preponderance of the evidence that these crimes did take place and within a specified time period. There are a number of crimes that can be used as predicate crimes, so the prosecution actually just has to tie all of that in, showing that there's a pattern of behavior, showing that these patterns of behavior were to further that enterprise's goal in criminal activity.
And we see something very similar in the Young Thug racketeering trial, because when they're trying to say there was a conspiracy, there was an agreement among everybody to further the interests of this gang, and there's all these overt acts. A lot of them aren't even crimes. It could be like a phone call, it could be a text message. So it doesn't have to be crimes, but in this indictment, they have listed so much illegal activity that they're saying is proof that there was a criminal organization that he was the head of. But I guess the other ways to say is there wasn't an organization. There wasn't. And by the way, you don't need to have like a legal enterprise LLC, right? You don't need an actual organization. It just has to be what? Combs agreeing with his associates to do this. I mean, how do you say there's an enterprise? How do you say there's this, this agreement together to break the law, and that there's a common enterprise, a common goal, a common scheme? How do you prove that? And how do you, as a defense attorney, say there's nothing there?
Well, in terms of proving that, the racketeering conspiracy cast a wide net over certain activity. Not only that, but phone calls and things of that nature that can further certain illegal activity will be used as evidence against the defendant in that particular case. And so what we have here include other workers that worked for Mr. Combs, such as assistants, home people that worked in his home, other individuals that worked with him to essentially further that goal of having Mr. Combs, with these freak offs and transporting individuals and things of that nature. Although he may have not been the one to essentially direct.
Does that sound illegal? Hold up, I gotta get into this.
These individuals.
Listen, do that sound illegal to y'all? Mr. Combs and these freak offs. You know what I mean? With women and men, like, if that's what you into. But just freak offs with women. They say that it's a problem if you hire prostitutes and you basically, so if a girl getting money from you and you fly a chick out, bro, you can be charged with that. That's what it's saying. Like, bro, all right, yo, you and your friend want to have a threesome. All right, bro, I'm about to fly y'all. I'm about to fly y'all out to Miami and fly y'all to Miami and take y'all shopping and have a good time, give y'all a couple dollars. That's prostitution. You could be charged with that, and then you flew them in so you could be charged with the crime. That's vicious, bro. That's vicious, bro. That's vicious. Like I said again, 80% of the shit, you know what I mean? I feel like it's fugazi. 20% of the shit be like, yo, probably did some wild shit in the mix of it, but what you're being charged with and how they carrying it with them, yo, is too much. And that's just what they gonna do.
Goes to trial. It's going to be a very dense, long prosecution, long case. Does the defense just cross-examine every one of these people and say they're a liar? And is that effective? I mean, if you have associates who are saying, I witnessed this, yeah, he threatened me, I did this for him, you have alleged victims, and we don't know how many there are.
That's it, that what people going to get on the stand and say.
You have to say, like, what is the common theme from the defense? Do they have to say, all of these people have a vendetta against Sean Combs, all of these people have an incentive?
If you're in Atlanta, check bro out right there. Kevin Miller, he's
maybe
diesel mechanic, and he do regular cars too. So he do auto mechanic and diesel mechanic.
that so
You get what I'm
many
saying? This
people are
number
not
right there, I'm
telling the
about to
truth.
show it.
What does the defense attorney
I'm
have
gonna
to do
show
there?
it for you, bro.
I think
So
what the
people
defense
know.
has to do here, and what sticks out in my mind, is that
There
there
you
was
go.
something that caused all of this to come out all of a sudden, whether that was Ms.
You know what I
Ventura's
mean?
lawsuit at the end of last year or some other act. There started to become a domino effect once these allegations came about.
What was the
So I
song
think
that
what the
Cassie
defense
used
is
to
going to
sing?
want to
She
do
been
is get to
making
the
music
point
so
of
long.
how did
But
all
when
of these
he
allegations
go to
begin to
jail,
come about? Was it
she
through
gonna
Ms.
run it up.
Ventura's lawsuit, or was it by some other means? And show the domino effect and how her lawsuit, or whatever the original means was, has affected and gotten other individuals to
Yes,
essentially
that's what I said
follow suit
earlier.
and say, hey, well, you know, there was
Oh,
a
my
lawsuit
bad, bro.
here, there was a
My
settlement of a
bad,
high
bro.
amount of money, you know, I think I can make some sort of gain from this as
I'm
well,
hitting out
because
the
I
phone, so it's
allegedly
really little.
participated to some effect. So
Yeah,
I think what the defense is going to want to do is start to figure out how this initially occurred and attack every domino following how this ultimately laid out forward. And I don't think it's going to be helpful for the defense to get up and say, you know, everybody's lying. But what they have to do is essentially show that individuals were cooperative, that there wasn't any criminal activity. While individuals can say that the behavior is, you know, certainly questionable, you know, it's
yes,
not illegal to
yes.
be sexually active, you know, in this country.
It's not
There are
illegal.
other things that, you know, as individuals, you know, they may participate in, but it doesn't essentially make them illegal. So I think the
Right.
defense is going to exploit those pieces through.
So if they charging Diddy with this, right? What do porn companies get? Like, that ain't prostitution? Or you look at porn and you see gangbangs and shit? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I understand, you know, when you in the industry, you signing papers, but come on, bro. Like, the man is being charged with just, you know, having freak parties. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not defending the man. Like I said, 80% of the shit I feel like is fugazi. I'm gonna stick to my smoking guns. But I feel like, man, overall, bro, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Bro, they hit him with some wild shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, and like the defense lawyer expert was just saying, it's like if the defense proved, yo, hey, come on, y'all. Y'all wasn't coerced to doing nothing. Y'all did this shit. Y'all wanted to have a good time with a celebrity. You know what I mean? I think that's a smoking gun for the defense. I think that's a smoking gun for the defense. You know what I mean? Y'all wanted to have a good time with a celebrity, and you didn't get what you think you was going to get out of it. So now you cooperating with the government to try to send this man under the bus when you know good and goddamn well you was having a good goddamn time when you was engaging in this type of activities. And that's just the truth of the matter. And anybody, you know what I'm saying, you can put in a comment box how you feel about that. That is the truth of the matter. That is the fact. That is big facts, bro. I can't lie to you. That is big facts. That is big facts, man. Hey, subscribe to the channel, baby. We trying to get the 4K, over 4K today. Subscribe to the channel. I'm on my way to 10K, man. Like, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. And, hey, man, there's merch down there. Purchase some merch. Get yourself a Raw Dope t-shirt. That's all we got up there, or a cup or something, man. Just get a Raw Dope mug, man. Just get something light. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta go heavy. Support the channel, man. If you like this content, and check my page out for all of my content. Tap into my content by subscribing, man. I'm not asking for no money. Just pay me with your eyes, bro. Subscribe to the channel, like and share. If you like what you see, make a clip of it, tag me in. It's Raw Dope Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, everything. You know, I'm Ham English, Hamm English, common spelling, English on Facebook. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's us. That's us. But like I said, man, you know, again, you know, man, hold up. Please. What y'all think, though, man? Do y'all think, you know what I'm saying, this is fugazi? How y'all feel? You know what I mean? How do y'all feel about this? You know what I mean? How y'all feel about this? You know what I mean? How y'all feel about this? I think, like I said, 80% of it's fugazi. I think they charged that man, bro. I think they charged that man. And I think they out of order. You feel me? I think they out of order. And I think this is another thing just to put the people off from everything that we see on, you know, YouTube and what we see. It just is just covered everything. We blind. Everybody punch drunk. It's nothing. It's no story bigger than this right now. And nobody thought that the man would be held without bail. You know what I mean? I don't think it's that serious where the man should have been held without bail. And I don't think no witnesses would be in danger like that. Because why would they be in danger? The man is rich. Like, why would he... What he's gonna kill, you know? Like, come on, man. Make it make sense when you can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that these people are lying. And, you know, and then, you know, I'm not saying because this went federal, we seen Herb Gotti beat him up in New York. But, you know what I'm saying? Diddy take a chance of beating it, but I don't think Diddy's going to go to trial. I don't think Diddy's going to go to trial at all, man. Y'all know, man. Like, I don't think he's going to go to trial. It is too much can get put out there and too much to put on the line to risk it. I think they're going to come up with a plea deal by this time next year. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you know what I mean, he could appeal the hearing and they come up with a bail and let him go. But if not, you know what I mean, he has a little year on this time. You know what I'm saying? Me, I think that he gets 5 to 8 years in prison. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, and the thing is, the reason why he ain't gonna get super smashed is that some of the victims and some of the people who are gonna take those silver suits and a lot of shit gonna get thrown out. You get what I'm saying? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? My brother keeping it a G. What's good, brother? A lot of things gonna get thrown out. I truly believe, honestly. A lot of things are really gonna get thrown out. A lot of things is not gonna be. The Diddy case ain't gonna stand. It's not gonna stand the test of time. I'm just being honest with you. It's not going to be one of them things he's going to cop out. I'm telling you, he's going to cop out. It's going to make more sense for him to cop out. When he cop out, it's going to make more sense. The powers that be allowed, that is true. But at the end of the day, like I said, 80% of it, I don't believe. 20% of it, you know what I'm saying, got some type of something in it. The Cassie shit, that's a fact. You get what I'm saying? That's a fact. That's a fact that happened. You get what I'm saying? That happened. But a lot of the stuff, getting some, you know what I mean, having sex and flying people out to party with you, regardless if it's just dancing on the yacht or just, you know, participating in what you want to participate, I just don't think it's a crime. You know what I mean? Women get, they're rapping about it. Women rap about flying them out all the time. Like, what are you talking about? What is wrong with that? You can fly your wife out. She could bring you a threesome. You know what I mean? Whatever you choose and whatever you into, there's nothing wrong with paying for a flight or nothing wrong with paying for travel if that's what you into. So all of the stuff that they hitting them with, I don't think it don't make sense. But like I said, he rubbed some people the wrong way. This game is wicked. People are wicked. And there was some things that he was doing that wasn't right. But I just don't, you know what I mean? I just don't believe that a lot of things that they saying was that. And like I said, it's some nasty fucked up shit he was doing. It's some nasty fucked up shit that he known for. You know what I mean? And he got to lay in his own bed and be held accountable for that. But 80% of the shit, I just think, you know what I mean, is gibberish. You know what I mean? That's what I think, man. Hey, subscribe to this channel, man. Subscribe to this channel, man. Thank y'all for getting them 20 likes in there. That's very appreciated. That dub look good. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could have them on both sides. Share this video. But that's what I think, man. That's what I think overall, bro. I think that, you know, Diddy party got out of, you know what I mean? Diddy partying got out of hand, and it led to this indictment. And as far as in the music game, I think he pretty much done died. That as far as his career and making a comeback with his career, I think he, you know, when this is all said and done, I think he'll do a tell-all book. I think he'll do a biopic. I think he'll share his experience. He'll maybe be, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I think it's just that time when it's all said and done that he relax and chill and just invest his money and allow his kids to grow and carry on the torch and put a good name back behind the brand. You know what I mean? That's it. Just, you know, but right now, you know what I mean? Allah knows best and God knows best. So he's being held accountable for his actions. You get what I'm saying? So he some of the shit that ain't right, I hope get thrown out. The shit that, you know, whatever he feel as though that he know what he did and didn't do. So what he did do, you know what I'm saying? He hold himself accountable for that, man. And, you know, they don't send a brother up the river for the rest of his life, 15 to a life. But the man doesn't have a criminal background. So I just don't see him getting a whole rack of goofy time. I just don't see that. You get what I'm saying? I don't see that happening. But me personally, I will probably plead guilty, you know, the summer next year and get it out the way and start my sentence if I was Diddy. And, you know, some people going to sue him, some people going to win, some people going to lose. Get all that shit out the way, get back home, get my family together, get back to the bag. You get what I'm saying? And you can't fuck around. You'll be a convicted felon, and, you know, you got people, you know, a lot of people ain't going to do a lot of things, but that boy got so much paper he can sponsor himself. Yeah, I think they're going to offer him a plea. I think they're going to offer him a plea for the simple fact of the matter is a lot of people, arms don't want to get exposed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people hand don't want to get exposed. A lot of people don't want to be called to trial. A lot of people don't want them tapes played for those tapes to leak out the federal court and be on the public channels like our channels. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to go through that. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, there's a lot of uncharged co-conspirators. It's people that could be brought up in this shit. So it's like one of those things. Like, hold up, bro. Is it worth, you know, the public humiliation? If some things that come out that you don't want to come out, if some people get exposed that don't deserve to get exposed, or, you know what I'm saying, you could wait this out and take a reasonable plea because you know what you did and you know what you didn't do. You know what I mean? And that's just what I think. That's just my own opinion, Doug. I got my own opinion, Doug. I'm just thinking that just makes sense to me. You know what I mean? That makes perfect sense to me. I don't want to make it seem like, you know what I mean? Hey, yo, like, because when you think of the charges, you thinking of somebody that's, hey, you saying, yo, we doing coke or ecstasy or Molly and Percocets and we drinking liquor and we having sex. You get what I'm saying? We having orgies. You get what I'm saying? You watching motherfuckers fuck and shit like that. People been doing that shit since the beginning of time. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Whether you engage in it or whether you not, you got people that float they boat. You got people that go both ways that float they boat. I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? The people that's watching this might not be into that, but you got millions of people that's into that. Do I think a man should go to jail for partying? No. But that man beat on that girl and did all that shit? Yeah, that's tough. You know what I mean? That man beat on that girl and did all that old wild stuff to that lady. And, you know, that's the thing that I'm saying is most fucked up. And like, boy, you did it. You got to pay you got to do your time for that because you got caught doing it. I'm not saying it's right. If you didn't get caught doing it, I'm not saying it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened between y'all two where it got that bad. But, like, don't forget women put their hands on men. You get what I'm saying? Women could be a bit, you know what I'm saying? You're way older than her, you know what I'm saying? So the age difference could play out. He's a big baller dealing with a young chick that's driving him crazy because she know what he into. He doing what he want. But when she called him up on that phone and told him that she was going to expose him, he paid her. Young Miami talking about how he was treating her in the bedroom. There's a lot going on, bro. And you ask me, he's too old for it. So that goes to let you know that he didn't age proper in my eyes. When I speak my game, he didn't age proper. And what I mean by that, like some of that shit, bro, if you was doing this, yo, should have been with the people that like doing it. Like, bro, just like he was in the limelight too much. That's the difference between him and Jay-Z. Jay-Z in the limelight when he doing his music, you know, buying properties, you know, promoting basketball teams, and, you know, he's promoting a big thing. Jay ain't the one that's always smiling in the people's eyes and saying it's love day and all this shit and got a lot of shit going on in the background. People hate. It's a word called hate, and it's people called haters, and it's people that just hate. And it's people just feel like they ain't get what they want to get. You know what I'm saying? Let's not play like the man ain't been known for a dirty Doug in business, but we watch him be a crazy business mogul. But we watch a lot of dudes that was on his label that just wasn't rich as him. Whoever hit that peak as him, we watch a couple people that come up and still fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people doesn't have really good things to say to him. It's just been so long ago that they don't hold grudges. So we know that the man is known for being wild. But we saying is the man being wild for doing what a lot of dudes do, flying women out, having sex, wanting to have orgies, get high and do a lot of shit. They say that's what Rick James was into. Rest in peace. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, rest in peace to Rick James. They said that's what he was into. You get what I'm saying? That's what he was into. Them niggas be some freak motherfuckers, bro. And I say a lot of men seen porn. So you saying, dudes, if you're a man and you human and you watch porn and you see some wild shit going on porn, you got the money to make your own motherfucking movie, you know what I'm saying? That's what motherfuckers be into. You know what I mean? And they pull the people up that they feel like that's into that. They pull the people up that they feel like that's into that. You know, they offer money if they feel like you're that attractive, you're that appealing. You have the right to say no. You know what I mean? We're not talking about no kids. Now they say they had a few people that witnesses and saying he made them go get mindless. Come on, man, stop it. You know what I mean? Come on, stop it. But all I'm saying is the reason why I overall think that he will take a plea because it gets the headache. It might be an alpha plea that he's not saying that he's innocent. He's not saying he's guilty. He's just saying that the state got enough evidence to go forward with it. So he's working out arrangements, bro. That's what it may happen. You know what I mean? He may get 5 years. They may say, boy, if you gonna cop out, we're gonna make it hard on you. You want 10 years. But to take 10 years in prison at 54 years old is a hard pillow to swallow. But a lot of people, business would be under the rug. And sometimes you're just a fall guy. And out of all these years that we seen him be successful and be immobile, his time has come to be a fall guy because maybe he didn't know how to fall back, or maybe he just, he got out of hand. And y'all know what I mean when I say that. Y'all maybe he get out of hand. Maybe you know how you get a little mannish. You know what I mean? You know how people help you get to the top. And like I said, bro, it's a falling point. You know what I mean? He couldn't go nowhere else in life but the bottom. And I just don't. One thing I just think, this is my opinion, I don't think it's gonna break him with the lawsuits, the prison time, and nothing. I don't think it's gonna break him. You know what I mean? Do I think he can make a comeback in the business? He'll be 60-some years old. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be time to make investments. He got kids, bro. He got enough money and enough royalties that'll come in for life that he's straight. So he could just fall back on some remote place and just vacation and pop up and do interviews when he want to do it. You get what I'm saying? But he'll be well up in age. This is not a 24-year-old of this allegation. This is a man that's well over 50 years old. So he damn sure ain't fucking around after coming home from jail all them years. Any freaks or any type of activities he got, they gonna be his own personal people. A lot of that shit. And then sometimes, we go lay down, bro. We go lay down to get our mind right, yo. So, it's obvious, you know what I'm saying? It's time for him to lay down to get his mind right, man. But listen, man, I thank y'all for tapping in to this video. I'll be tapping in tonight, later on tonight, man. I got some running around to do. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, man. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolish. And I'm sorry that it looks like this with the little black things on the side right there. Like, that look weird, right? The little black things is just like irky. They right there on the side of me. It's black right there, black, and I'm in the middle. I hate it, but I didn't set the joint right. But I'm cool. I had to put the content because I was shooting earlier and then nobody could hear me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't believe it. So I had to come back and do this video. But like I said, Diddy bail denied, man. The boy Mishon sentenced to 45 years in federal prison. Hey, it's a lot going on, but that's the only thing to talk about on the internet. But hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Rod Dope.